With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, preparing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 90 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. The stream's online and straight away begins to whine, but all is fine as long as Shad's benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money he earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always set to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. One ticked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored. Just how much DSP makes us feel so bored to help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. Snorting, burping, leaning, ban. It matters not if actually funny as child can't to see if hours make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a bike, pretending they're for bills when truth is there to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act, that is a fact as he rehearsed to be exact in how he felt he was attacked. Teaches nearly over and a win is in sight, with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jad here, and welcome to DSP Bingo for what is today, Tuesday the 21st of May 2024. I hope you're all doing very well indeed and you're enjoying your day so far and your week so far. Hellblade did not have a great night last night, you know, he was hoping for some more support, but it was not exactly forthcoming and he was not very happy about that. So this is not, damn it, I thought Peace may have already did this yet, but he hasn't. So, we can go to Gamerface. We'll get old Gamerface. We'll go to Gamerface and we'll see fucking the results from yesterday's streams. The day stream, Phil Burnell was given 52 buckaroos for playing Fallout, so barely hit the gunner glasses. The night stream, Phil Burnell on his special last ever, you know, pre-patch Street Fighter 6 year-long thing or whatever, he only got $37, and part of that was a $20 tip from Big Papa Phil. But yeah, it wasn't the best night for him. He was pretty upset, he was pretty pissed off playing Street Fighter as per usual. So no fucking change there. Apparently somebody called King, this guy here, FGC Calgary, you know, this guy just fucking destroyed him. It was a blown camera match and this guy fucking just owned the crap out of him, and Phil couldn't handle it because Phil was Blanca, you know what I mean, so he had no excuses. They were both the same character, and yet this person was just so much more better than Phil, and Phil couldn't accept it and he couldn't admit it, and so he fucking used every excuse under the book, like, oh, the guy's got a PC player, his inputs come out. You wouldn't do that in, you know, offline or all that shit, you know, every excuse possible. I think Phil like won one round or something, but he was battered profusely. But anyway, so not a great night for Phil Burnell. Good news though, Phil Burnell was paid today. Hooray! His YouTube paycheck will be in today, which means he woke up to a flush bank account. And I think give it 20 minutes or so, and all that money will be gone to WWE champions as per usual. I mean bills. You know, the internet bill, the grocery bills, the health insurance bills, the taxes, the back taxes, the state taxes, you know, the business taxes, you know what I mean? Yeah, nothing to do with WWE champions or anything like that. No. Ah, fuck me. So yeah, Phil was paid today though, so fucking hooray for that. So DSP tries at Memoji. Usually he would clip like Street Fighter stuff. He actually clipped part of the podcast, and a good chunk of it is the stuff that we missed out because we had a full house. So we haven't seen like a starter Phil talking about him like fucking being a little beefcake and working out and all that shit. But apparently there was way more to it. And Phil was caught out lying about working out. He gets offended reviewers asking his PR and exercises. So why not check it out and see how much more unhinged Phil got trying to talk to his audience about him being a little beefy boy.
So I need to raise money in order to save my ass with these state taxes out of nowhere that came up out of nowhere. So people come out, we're supportive of Phil, let's cheer, let's help, let's tip. They do it, great. Now I'll get past the state taxes, but now federal tax. Oh, now you owe more because you made more money.
When I worked out what was my favorite body part to work out, I did not have a favorite body part to work out. I didn't favorite my body parts. Oh, my left delt was my favorite body part to work out. What are you talking about, man?
Oh my god, the amount of fucking left delts that we fucking seen getting shown off on Twitter after this. So, let's just type in left delt. And we'll see who's, well, there's Broside Phil. Blatantly ripping off Jaha, but seriously, my left delt and Trap love the camera. Here's Jaha himself. My favourite body part to work out is my left delt. Here's Lord Robusto. Shoulder day today, gonna work extra hard to train that left delt. Hell, man. So these robust detractors have been working out their left delt profusely. Fuck me, man. And Jesus Christ, man. As soon as I heard the word left delt, I thought, oh shit. Just, that reminds me, yeah. The detractors have been having fun showing off their left delts.
Ay, ay, ay. I did all exercises. I did the curls, right? I did the bench press.
So we've seen this yesterday.
Squats. I did I'm trying to remember exactly which ones I did and which ones I didn't do. I did a ton. Like I did a ton of different exercises back then, actually. Oh, the one where you bend over and you just have the one arm coming up like this and you alternate. I did those. I did a whole bunch of exercises because I told you my dad in the basement of our house, he had a whole weight set and he had all these posters of exercises and things. So I just basically did those based on, he showed me the basics and I would just basically do that stuff. And I buffed up like crazy. I was actually drinking those whey protein smoothie things.
Okay, so Phil claims, and you know, after high school but before FGC days, he was a fucking beefy boy. I have seen zero evidence of Phil Burnell looking like he had some sort of fucking muscle to him. And I've seen like fucking photos and videos from him in the early 2000s. The mid 2000s. And then like fucking 2007, 8, whatever. When did this fucking beefy side Phil show up? Because historically I've never seen one photo, one video of Phil Burnell showing off his gains. It doesn't appear to exist at all on the planet, on the internet or anything. It just, if anyone can fucking find any picture of Phil Burnell showing off his fucking beef boy vein, you know, gains or whatever, by all means share it, because I have seen nothing. It's almost like Phil's bullshitting everyone.
Buy them from like GNC. I'm sorry I don't believe you. I'm sorry I totally don't believe you. And I would take that and I would be working out and I buffed way up. Like, no exaggeration, I had no muscles at all when I was in high school. I was just like a string bean. Zero muscles. This arm, I know you laugh at, oh, you don't have a big muscle now, right? I don't have a big muscle now. But you see the muscle I have? I had nothing. This was like a twig, like zero muscle to my arm at all in high school. And then when I worked out, I ended up getting muscle. And I kind of retained some of that over the years. I still have the little muscle I have is because I worked out. It's good that I kind of kept it because, like I said, I was so effing skinny in high school. And then after that, I buffed up. Did working out cause my back issues? No, no, no. I had my back issues came much later. My back issues came in the late 2000s. I was working out, you know, hardcore for like 1 to 2 years in the early 2000s. Yes, I experienced physical bullying and intimidation when I was in high school.
So I've seen a photo of Phil from 2002. He looks skinny as fuck. He looks practically anorexic, for fuck's sake. I ain't buying shit. I ain't buying this shit whatsoever. I mean, what the fuck?
Silly.
Learn to get bullied. Banning people isn't the answer. Take the bullying. Wow. No. How about fuck you? How about I have the right to be respected as a human like everyone else on this planet? Most of all, inside my own place of business. And if you don't like that, you can go fuck off and kiss my ass. How about that? Thanks for the $4 tip, by the way.
In reality, that's one of the reasons that actually convinced me to start working out. Because I was so skinny in high school that I said, man, you know, maybe if I actually worked out and started buffing up and I could defend myself, then people wouldn't bully me around. And that's when I started buffing up and I gained, no exaggeration, I probably gained like 20 pounds of muscle just by working out. You know, I was a super skinny dude. Did working out end up making a difference with bullies? Yeah. Like, again, this was my early 2000s. So, you know, I was in my like late teens, early 20s. I went from being the guy who was bullied in school to the guy who everyone just stayed the fuck away from.
Jesus fucking Christ. Phil's going live apparently. Let's pause that some bitch and keep watching Phil's fucking delusions of grandeur.
Like, no one wanted to mess with me because I actually had, like, buffed up a bit, and they were like, oh shit, you know?
Oh, for God's sake, Phil. Like, what the fuck, Phil? You can tell this is absolute fucking garbage bullshit, by the way. The only time Phil fucking was confronted in real life is the only time. So there's 2 times in history that we're aware of that Phil Burnell was directly confronted with a fight. And both times he fucking shat himself and tried his fucking best to get out of it. And the fucking his would-be opponents felt sorry for him and dropped it. On one, he fucking used the whole "I'm an alcoholic, I didn't know what I was saying, I didn't know what I was doing, if you're gonna hit me kind of thing. And on another, he just fucking bailed from it altogether, saying we should just fucking crotch chop towards the audience instead and fucking pretend we had beef and we didn't really have fucking beef. Phil Burnell is directly fucking afraid of direct confrontation. He hasn't got the fucking spine and his fucking miserable little fucking body to stand up for himself. He doesn't even fucking have any fucking, you know, the fucking wherewithal or the fucking the bravery to stand up for anyone he cares about, which is very limited, by the way. A very small number of people Phil Burnell cares about on this fucking planet, but even then he won't even fucking stand up for them, never mind fucking himself. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, I know Phil's full of shit here, right? Like, I'm quite a fortunate person because I have been quite a large person in height wise pretty much a lot of my life, so I don't usually attract problems or attention. I don't seek it out either, you know what I mean? But thankfully my immediate impression that I give people is I'm a big scary bastard, which is I'm I don't look for trouble, you know what I mean? But that initial impression has probably done me get well through the years, you know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, people see me and I'm fucking like 6'3", 6'4", or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm fucking wide as a Everclade, you know what I mean? A big fat bastard as well. I'm tall and fat. I could probably ragdoll people if the fucking situation, you know, came to it, you know what I mean? But that's the thing though, I'm quite fortunate in that regard. Phil, he hasn't got really. He's 5'11". Height is not really like. At no point do you look at Phil Burnell, even in his younger days, and think, "Wow, that's an intimidating specimen." You know what I mean? He was under 6 foot. He was a skinny little fucking runt. It looks like a fucking fart would knock him over. Nah, he is bullshitting everyone by trying to fucking pretend that he was intimidating people and they wouldn't mess with him because he fucking gained like what 20 pounds of muscle. Well, if he gained 20 pounds, it was not in muscle. I think it almost just went to his fucking head.
Let's stay away from it, you know. Like, seriously, like that. And those are like kind of those early days of me early 2000s traveling around playing Street Fighter. And, you know, then I became an asshole. Then I became like a big-headed asshole talking shit online, probably as a result of buffing up a bit and working out. And I thought I was hot shit, right? So here I am talking shit online constantly to everyone under the sun about Street Fighter, and it was really stupid. I shouldn't have done that. If I just worked out, would I have done gym vlogs? No, I would not have done gym vlogs. That's so silly. The thing about exercise is, for me anyway, when I got into exercise, once you get past the hurdle of making it a regular part of your schedule and the initial weeks to months of it kind of being painful because you're not used to doing it, once you get past that and it becomes a regular...
Weeks to months of it being painful? Like, weeks, maybe months of it being painful? Phil, you have no idea what you're fucking talking about. You should not be in pain for literal months if you fucking work out regularly. That is weird as fuck. Maybe a couple of weeks because your body's not fucking used to that fucking vigorous exercise. But months? Shut the fuck up. But Brian, yeah, right, yeah, if you're constantly pushing it, if you're overdoing it, if you're overexerting yourself, definitely, yeah, because I did that last week, to be honest, you know what I mean? I done the leg press machine, I fucking done it for like 230 pounds or whatever, I done it for 100 times, and I could do it, and I did do it, but I couldn't walk for the next several days properly. It fucked me up. So I overdone that, for example, you know what I mean? But yeah, but Phil Burnell's not one to overexert himself. He doesn't need doing his fucking business, which he apparently cares about. He's not going to fucking do it at the gym. Phil's the type of person that's going to fucking pick up, like, you know, the bar without any weights in it and think he's fucking making progress. Nah. Also, Dark Angel Storm is... so Phil Burnell's always told his audience he's just under 6 foot and he's like 5'11" or whatever. It keeps changing over the years. Dark Angel Storm is claiming Phil Burnell is 5'9". Whether that's true or not, who knows? We have no real way to... I mean, the Dark Angel Storm is you know, claims they've seen Phil in real life and he knows his height. Make of that what you will. All I know is that we go by, all we can do is go by what Phil tells us and what we have to to see, whatever. I mean, but he's definitely under 6 foot though.
Regular part of everything, it's actually good to do. It's fun to do. Like, you start to get addicted to that feeling that they call the burn, right? You start to...
Like, it's exercise is good for you fucking physically and mentally. It's a fucking endorphin rush. And when you get to fucking see the reward of your hard work as well, whether it's fucking trying to gain muscle or trying to lose fucking weight, then yes, it is a fucking good bit of dopamine fucking flooding your fucking body, you know what I mean? Exercise is great for you mentally and physically. Well, I would recommend it. Honestly, I need to keep, obviously, my main focus is just trying to make sure I do it more often and I push myself more harder in the gym. Too often, I go to the fucking gym and I'm like, okay, I'm going to cruise. I need to fucking get in my head, well, I need to fucking push myself today. I need to fucking make sure that I'm not fucking leaving here without fucking knowing that I fucking pushed myself as far as I fucking could to fucking achieve what I want to fucking achieve. That's the sort of thing. Getting there is one thing. But achieving what you want to fucking achieve and remembering why you're there in the fucking first place is another matter entirely. But Phil Burnell, when's the last time this motherfucker saw a gym? You probably can't even fucking spell it. Probably thinks it starts with a fucking J.
Burn in your muscle, and it's, oh, I like that feeling. I like the feeling of it's burning and now it's healing and building up more protein and everything. It feels good after a while. You just have to get used to it. Most people just, they're lazy, complacent. They're not used to exercise. Once you get used to it, it actually feels fun and good. It's something you want to do. You desire the next workout.
I don't feed babies. I only feed strong and working adults. You better grow up like me. Then I'll feed you.
But you have to get to that point, and a lot of people can't get past that initial hurdle, right? Like right now, I know if I had time to get into a regular workout routine, I would very enjoy it. I know I would. I've done it.
I want to remind everyone once again that Phil Burnell is a master of his own schedule. He dictates what time he starts streams and what time he finishes streams. Phil could very easily manage his fucking work schedule and work life schedule around him fucking exercising. He chooses not to.
I've done it times in my life. I actually really like working out. It's fun. And again, you can do things. You can like listen to videos or, you know, listen to music while you're doing it. So it's not even like you're just doing dedicated to that. You can do other things you find pleasurable while you're working out. You know, it's fun, but you got to get to that point where you have my problem right now is time. If I wanted to regularly work out, I really don't have the time to regularly work out because I'm working so much.
Same motherfucker won't wake up at fucking 8 AM to do something for his actual business because it's too fucking early. No, Phil. You have time. What you lack is a desire to change your own fucking schedule in your life.
You see what I mean? I don't have any time for anything. I wish I could. If there were two of me, one person today would have filmed multiple entertaining vlogs for you here on the King of Hate Vlogs. The other person would have went and played Pokemon, and the other person would have went and paid my bills and did the personal stuff. But this is life. You know, this is my life, and this is kind of the hectic life that I have. Looks like we...
Oh, for God's sake. Look, I'm... Okay. Before Christmas, okay? Before the New Year, okay? 2023, I was still working from home, okay? I start work at 8 AM, okay? So, because I work from home, I could just wake up 5 minutes before work. Cool, now I'm at work 5 minutes. I can sleep until roughly 8 o'clock. Bam, straight into work. Fucking work away, whatever, but I'm working from home, so it's easy. 2024, I decided I need to fucking do something. I need to fucking do something about myself. So, I go to Glasgow. I work in the office now. My work is based in Glasgow city centre, so I fucking get myself there now to fucking work there instead. I also, before starting work, I go to the gym. So basically it involves me waking up 2 hours earlier. Instead of fucking waking up right before 8, I wake up right before 6. Get myself ready to go to fucking Glasgow, go to the fucking gym before work and all that shit. So these are the changes I implemented in my life. So I had a schedule in my life, right? I had a fucking routine in my life. And I decided, you know what, I want to try and better myself. So I'm going to change my life schedule. To do that, obviously it means I'm waking up earlier, so I can fucking do more and work out more and all that crap as well, you know. It's the one thing I need to get better at, going to sleep earlier. I do need to. That's one of the things, you know what I mean? But Phil has it within himself to change his own fucking schedule, okay? His own fucking life. He chooses not to. The easy way out is just to fucking settle. You know? That's what he's doing. And he's a man. It's not as if he's got a fucking boss to answer to. Oh, I can't do it because the boss won't let me. He is his own boss. He determines when fucking things happen in his own life. And he's choosing not to fit, trying to be healthier in his own fucking life schedule. That is his active choice. He has no excuses. So I'll let him cook now.
We have some impersonators, guys, just so everybody knows. FYI. Alec91, 16 months as a member, said, what was your PRs for bench squats deadlifts? I don't know. I have to keep explaining. I weightlifted in the early 2000s, about 20 years ago. I don't have records. I have no recollection of any of the weights or reps or anything that I did 20 years ago. I have absolutely no fucking clue. I did not record that. I never fathomed, all right, that in the early 2000s, when I was in my early 20s, now I'm in my 40s, when I was in my early 20s, that 20 years later, there would be a stream of 400 people sitting here on a phantom site that didn't exist yet called YouTube, who would ask me my statistics for when I was working out back then. Also, if you want to know the truth, I don't see the point in recording and bragging about that shit. It's supposed to be your personal goals, your personal growth, your personal, you know? It's not about, oh, I gotta fucking share that with people on the internet to brag about it. I think that's silly.
So, I know I said let him cook, but I just wanted to point out the fact that Phil couldn't even come up with a ballpark figure, a rough estimate, shows you how fucking devoid of knowledge about the situation he really is. You can just say, oh, fucking I went and done like fucking, you know, 200 pounds arm curls or whatever. He couldn't even fucking come up with a number. He just said, who fucking cares? I didn't record that shit, you know, stop asking dumb questions. Most people would remember roughly what their fucking best was if they were really fucking doing it so hard for 2 years.
This guy is fucking dumb as dirt.
It's just funny because this is what happens when you're a public figure like this. I'll give you a perfect example. I'll tell you right now, there's something that's going to be coming up later this year, that documentary from June the King. When he was making and working on the documentary about me, which by the way, I think he's finished it. It's just that now it's getting like produced, like it's getting put together and edited and everything.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to Barrett Wells for the super chat. It says, hello fellow workout people. How do you do, Barrett Wells, fellow workout detractor? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're still busting those ghosts with those fucking big beefy arms of yours and those left delts.
So there were times when he would hit me up with questions, all right? And like, here's an actual question he asked me. So where did you get the figure for the value of the PC that Chris Furtado made for you that you said was a lemon? He hit me with that question, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea. Like, I think I based it upon the fact that he originally had given me a quote, but then he kept hitting me up with the desire for more money over the development of the PC, and I had to keep sending him more money via PayPal. But you're asking me a question that applies to like 2010 in 2024. I don't remember. And unlike maybe him, I don't have any receipts.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to walking for the super chat. It says 1, 2, 1, 2. I get those fucking reps and more. Fucking go harder. You know, go 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. Instead of just fucking 1 or 2. Wait, 1, 2. You get fucking boxing or something? Nah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Phil Burnell actually has the receipts. Phil Burnell claims he fucking keeps a record of all his fucking emails. Remember the Machinima documentary? No, not the Machinima documentary, but fucking Phil. Machinima fucking went out of business and Phil had some sort of special celebration stream of fucking outlasting Machinima, and he fucking fleshed out all these old emails. Phil would absolutely have, without a shadow of doubt in my mind, historical records of his correspondence with fucking Chris Furtado relating to his fucking PC and the lemon or whatever. I mean, he just actively chooses not to fucking dig that shit out. So he would have been able to have given June the King that information. He just couldn't be arsed to. And yeah, I agree with a lot of people are saying that he is actually getting more and more concerned with June the King's documentary. Absolutely. That's probably why I've seen so many fucking retcons of fucking what Phil's done over fucking years. Not a shit. He's desperately trying to fucking stay ahead of a situation. This is going to live rent free in his head until it comes out.
Like, I didn't save anything 14 years ago to prove what I spent on a PC. So you're making a documentary about me about something that happened 14 years ago, and you're asking me a specific question. There's literally no way I could have any actual knowledge or evidence of anything that you're asking me. So it's like, who would have thought in 2010, when I was just burgeoning, like becoming a prominent YouTuber, that years later, someone would ask me for the specifics of that? I have no idea, you know? So that's kind of the sadly the double-edged sword of being a public persona, is that you can talk about stuff, but how would you ever have justification of any of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have anything. How would I have evidence of anything that I say about these things? These are just stories I can tell you, but it's not anything that I can back up. How the fuck would I ever do that? No one ever thought that there was going to be a YouTube and YouTubers and live streamers and people, you know what I'm saying? And then people would question everything you say and want evidence of it. You know, maybe if I had known that, I would have literally documented every single possible thing that I ever did and had rooms full of fucking documents and receipts to back up every statement I ever made, right? But I don't have that.
Ask what's your favorite exercise and cardio routines? It's when you burn calories while shoving your face filled with a big, delicious, full rack of ribs.
I don't have that. So, like, I know what's gonna happen, right? Like, so when that documentary comes out later this year, it's just gonna be a bunch of negative shit that people have said about me over the years, and just literally no way to defend myself to it. I'm like, I don't know. Either I say, yes, it definitely happened, I'm bad, that was my fault, or I literally don't remember, I can't tell you. That's life, though. When you guys ask me these crazy questions about stuff from the past, I'm like, how could I possibly answer that, right? How? You know? It's funny, I remember years ago, people asked me about my school days, and I said, well, I was the valedictorian of both my elementary school and my high school. And everyone's like, Phil's too stupid to be valedictorian. There's no fucking way.
I had a tractor confirmed he was valedictorian. You know what I mean? That was true. But it just fucking shows how stupid that school was. If Phil Burnell was good enough to be valedictorian. He went to like an athletics school, I believe, you know what I mean? So the priority for most people there was just fucking being good at sports, I think.
That he could possibly be valedictorian. Well, guess what they did? My trolls contacted my schools and actually asked specifically, was he valedictorian? And apparently they looked it up and answered, yeah, he is. He was. He's in the yearbook. We have the yearbook. Yeah, he was the valedictorian.
The detractors were able to confirm what you said. Isn't that a good thing, Phil? That the detractors could fucking verify your claims? Go on, try and mock detractors actually proving you right for once.
But that's what I mean. People actually, like, oh, they don't believe anything I say. Everything's a lie.
But yeah, because like, usually fucking lie all the fucking time.
We need corroboration on everything Phil says. Like, jeez.
They want to live in a world where at any moment the most ludicrous fucking thing said about someone could be absolutely, positively, 100% true.
Luda! There we go. So yeah, and as Alt says, the WPIG, it's fucking Alt with his big forehead. There is no yearbook, there is a newspaper clipping, yeah, and the Junior King shared that newspaper clipping on Twitter a good while ago. So yeah, anyway. That was the rest of that fucking unhinged rant. Let's get to the bingo. Let's get to the bingo and all that shit, and let's fucking see if we can win bingo today. I need a number. So give a number. No pressure, but make a good one. The first number in chat I saw was Navy Vet for Life saying 17. Thank you very much. Let me just randomise the bingo background first. There we go. Very random bingo background now, and let's type in 17 and hit enter. This is the bingo board we have for today. So we need Phil to say interesting, FYI, Twitter or X, sound good, and Tim kind of good old turbo nose when he goes no. Then in the second row is Phil saying percent, help, react, there you go, and Tim making that annoying T sound. The third row is Phil doing that creepy whisper where he leans into the microphone and goes all quiet and whispers into it. He has to lean in though, remember, he has to lean in and whisper. Then you got Phil doing or saying Q&A, him snorting, him saying absolutely, and here's the thing. The fourth row is Phil saying dude, his chair creaking, him saying necessarily, update, and him getting at least $15+ in tips. And the fifth and final row is Phil chewing some water, him standing up, him discussing his family in some capacity, whether it's Jasper, Cat, an aunt, an uncle, a fucking creepy fucking whoever. If his family talk it counts. Him saying honest, and finally, him showing off some fine good old quality YouTuber jealousy. So that's today's bingo card. Thank you very much, Navy Vet for Life, for picking the card. If it fails, we're going to blame your ass, and if it wins, and it's all thanks to me, thank you very much indeed. So yeah, guys, as you know, the aim of the game is to try and get a full house, 25 out of 25 on the bingo board. You see before you, if I manage to do that, we'll add $25 to the bingo prize fund, which is fucking currently at $370. A lot of that is due to fucking rolling over last month's bingo prize fund because the person that won it fucking didn't turn up and claim it, so we just rolled that son bitch over. Remember, half the bingo prize fund will go to charity and half it will go to one lucky person. At the end of the month we're going to have a marble race, and the winner of that marble race will take home half of that bingo prize fund. But if you want to have a chance of winning that bingo prize fund, you've got to make sure that you've left a comment on the community post, which is linked in the description of his live stream. If you haven't done that yet, you've got until the end of the month to do it. The community post has been up for a couple of months now, so if you've done it already, don't do it again. If your name's already down there, fucking calm the fuck down and fuck the fuck off from that community post, because if you don't need to fucking put your name down multiple times. The amount of people that fucking do that is fucking just, it's so annoying. It is what it is. Anyway, there's a variety of ways for us to get free spaces in a bingo card you see before you. For example, if Phil snorts or burps 10 times before he starts recording for his shitty gameplay, that gives us a free space. If Phil says 5 times, that gives us a free space as well. And finally, if we get 100 likes on this bingo stream before we finish playing bingo, not only will that be a free space as well, but you guys also get to enjoy the Bubbles animation made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations to celebrate 100 likes. What's this all about, Brian? Somewhat random, but someone mentioned a DSP viewer fan massacre back in 2014. I mean, that might be the time when Phil's admins took over the King of Hate forums. That might be that, because the admins fucking rebelled against Phil because they thought Phil was acting too dictatorial, and so they banned Phil from his own forums and website. Phil got it back eventually and it kind of fell through. That's the only thing I can think of. But I don't know if it was 2014 though, I'm not entirely sure. It might have been about then, but I can't mind. See, I started kind of following DSP's antics roughly around about that time. I'm not too massively caught up about it. That might be a question for, you know, Evil AJ, for example. Evil AJ might remember a bit more about that since he was somewhat more active around it back then, so he might know more about it. So, but yeah, yeah, Phil Burnell was actually banned by his own fucking staff on his own fucking website. Hilarious. That shit was great. I think there is actually videos about it online about that, you know what I mean? But I don't know. That's a different topic for another day, you know what I mean? So fuck it, we got bingo to focus on, because I need to try and get another fucking Full House bingo. Let's just fast forward. Is it a short intro or a long one? God, it's a fucking short intro. Fuck me. That fucking unwashed white shirt. In fact, the shirt's not white. It's an unwashed beige shirt, because that shit's no longer fucking whiter than white. Especially when it's fucking been on Phil Burnell's fucking greasy ass body. Anyway, I've gone through the ways for us to win bingo and all that shit. I've gone through the ways for us to get a free space. The only thing left for me to do is to press the random Scottish soundboard button to send us off into battle once more. And on that note, good luck everybody at time go.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. On today's show, we've got some interesting stuff to discuss, including the conclusion of Year 1 of Street Fighter 6, some interesting acquisitions in the gaming landscape, AI misbehaving, and, of course, today is a new game premiere with Hellblade 2 all day long. So, a lot going on, and we'll be talking about all this.
No, apparently my soundboard has not been heard. Hold on. Let me try and fix that. The soundboard's not being heard? Well, in that case, let me try again. Can you hear this?
I mean, it's terrible. All this hands are all over the place. You're like a sweaty octopus trying to unhook a bra.
Did everyone hear that? Okay, that random fucking sound. Okay, cool, fantastic. That's my bad. I think it should be okay now. I'll just rewind it in case I miss anything for Phil, but so far, so good.
New game premiere with Hellblade 2 all day long. So, a lot going on, and we'll be talking about all this and more on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
And of course, we can just fast forward past his shitey short intro. Get on with the fucking show, Phil.
Alrighty, everybody, so good morning, and welcome to the show. Today is...
I'm going 1.5. He's bored me already. 1.5 speed at time go.
It's Tuesday, the 21st of May, 2024. I'm Darkside Phil. I hope that you're all doing well, and I hope that you will join me today for some fun new stuff with a new game release, something different, for sure. Good variety, and I hope it turns out as well as the original iteration years ago. Of course, we're talking about Hellblade 2. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a moment. I don't want to, get ahead of myself here, because we do have some other things to discuss today. Jasper Kitty is in the room, so I'm moving the boards around, so hopefully he will not bite them too much. But, he does what he wants. And today, of course, is the first of basically a string of new release content. Today we've got Hellblade 2 all day. Tomorrow we've got the new Street Fighter 6 update all day. And then we're alternating between those two for a while. Then we've got a marathon coming up this Saturday of indie games. So, pretty fun, good stuff. Always trying to get attention. So, where do we start? Where do we begin? right? With all these topics to discuss. I guess we should start doing a brief recap of what yesterday was all about, which was basically Fallout 4 on the first stream, and it was great progress, you know, continuing on with some side questing, some main questing with the Brotherhood. Actually got 2 new melee weapons, which are making my build a little bit more fun rather than just being the same thing over and over. And overall, a great chill stream, good interaction, engagement, and everyone had a good time. But I had to warn everyone that basically I'm not playing it now for a while. If you look at the schedule for this week, it's jam-packed with new stuff, which we're going to talk about in a moment. So because of that, you know, Fallout 4 is going on a little bit of hiatus. It's not that, oh, I don't want to play it, or it's not good, or, you know, it's going on indefinite hold or anything like that. But with all the stuff going on in the next week, that always takes precedence, especially new release stuff. So, yeah, Fallout 4 will return soon, but just not yet. Likely it's going to be about a week before we even get a chance to try to put it into the schedule again. Okay? If that, because even next week there's more new stuff. Right, Jasper? He knows. Anyway.
Shut up, bitch!
So then, last night, it was the last hurrah stream for Street Fighter 6 Year 1. I'm going to be honest with everyone. You know, I wish that that had gone better. I wish that we had more people. I wish that we had more engagement, and that people were more excited for it. For some reason, it didn't seem like people were very excited for the final Street Fighter 6 stream. I don't know why. You know, being that it's been a whole year of me covering fighting games in an increased capacity.
Who fucking cares?
Playing them at a much higher level than I have played fighting games for like the last decade. And like I said, the last time I actually was like trying to get good at fighting games was probably back in the Street Fighter 4 days. And even then, it was probably just like the first or second iteration. After that, I kind of just covered fighting games casually after that. So, you know, I thought maybe we get a good crowd last night. Honestly, it was on the slower side. We didn't have as many people. The engagement was much lower. And honestly, the stream didn't go as well as I would have liked either. You know, I'm trying to play this game. And it's funny because right out of the gates, connections. Claims 40 to 50 millisecond connection. Half my inputs drop. Can't block stuff on reaction. Literally can't jump at all on a reaction.
I mean, you're a white man, so understandable.
You know, I'm fighting a Blanca who from full screen is doing the meter burned version of the jumping throw. All you need to do is hold up. And it won't do it. It like is so delayed, I can't jump out of a throw. And then when I was in the corner, you know, I'm just holding up to get out of the corner. And if they hit me, at least I flop back and juggle. Instead, it hits me clean as if I'm just standing there not holding up. And it's like, what is this? There was one thing that happened. I couldn't even believe it. I've been playing the game for a year. I've never seen this, okay? So I jumped over someone with Blanca. It was an empty jump, meaning I pressed no button, held no direction. It was just a clean, empty jump. I landed on the other side. Now, in any fighting game, yes, even in Street Fighter, when you empty jump over someone, immediately the game autocorrects, meaning it flips your character around to face the opponent who's now behind you. Well, I empty jumped, and I saw that the opponent was doing an unsafe move. And I said, aha, if I do drive impact here, I can stuff this move. So I empty jump over the opponent. As soon as I hit the ground, I drive impact. Blanca drive impacts the wrong direction. Like, he just continues to move to the right, even though the character is all the way on the left. He's attacking in the wrong direction. You're not supposed to be able to do that. So I'm like, what just happened? I'm like, scratching my head. Like, I don't even know how that happened, because it's not supposed to be possible in this game engine. And I've been playing the game for a year and never seen it. So for me, I'm like, what the hell? It was just a weird night. For me anyway. And it was disappointing because I wanted to go out with like a last hurrah victory screen. Or, hey, here's my best character. Let's do it. And by the way, there were matches where I dominated. There were matches where the connection actually worked really well. And I just outright dominated the opponent, mixing them up high, low. I did a really cool mix up in the corner with the Blanca-chan, where it wasn't the standard combo that I usually do. It was actually a mix up where I purposefully did like a different activation, and then I caught them with overhead, and then it went into a different combo. And I was able to end the combo with a level 3 super, and it did insane damage and a big mix up reset. And I was like, wow, that's probably the best corner combo I've ever done with Blanca. So that was good. But the problem was, for every good match that I had, there was an equally bad, shitty, laggy, input dropping, can't do anything on reaction match. So here's the thing about Street Fighter 6 Year 1. It's a great game. It really is. It's not balanced very well. The top tier is very dominant, okay?
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Thank you very much, Dreaded End, for popping the 3-month Bingo Barry membership message, saying because we all know, if there's lag, it only affects Phil Burnell, and gives all the advantage to the opponent. Nothing he can do, dude. Anytime something goes wrong for Phil Burnell in this game, it's never human error. It's never him to fucking play for pressing the wrong fucking thing or whatever. It's always, oh, the game dropped my inputs. Phil, you dropped your inputs. You're in control. You have the controller. That's all on you, and your lack of ability to input properly.
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
Thank you very much, and Navy Vet for Life as well. Also popping that 3-month Bingo Barry membership, saying, yeah, full house today. We're very, I mean, we've done well the last couple of days, you know what I mean? And yeah, we're on a roll. I think we have 2 in a row. We could fucking make it a hat trick today. We can get a fucking turkey, insert 3 in a row reference here, you know, but there you go. Hopefully we can get another one to build up that bingo prize fund even higher.
It's a great game. It really is. It's not balanced very well. The top tier is very dominant, okay? But at the same time, a lot of fighting games have been like that. I mean, Super Turbo was like that, honestly. For me, I can see this game being like a masterpiece offline, seriously, but online, it's frustrating because...
Phil, you have no experience whatsoever playing the game offline against other people. You play like story mode offline against AI, but as far as we can tell, you've never played off someone else offline. So what are you basing that judgment on exactly? Ah, fuck, Phil's broke the stream with his shitey fucking shirt.
And she's a big fucking bitch.
Come on, fucking stop being fucking broke. Damn it, fucking stream. Hold on, what we'll try this.
I mean, it's terrible. All this hand.
Is there nothing on the internet?
Come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off.
For fuck's sake, why won't this fucking work all of a sudden? I think Profit.
I don't like rollback netcode. It drops so much and it just
There we go. The netcode fixed itself.
he's offline, seriously. But online, it's frustrating because I don't like rollback netcode. It drops so much and it just really pisses me off. And for me, I just get so angry when I don't lose to being outplayed with skill or lack of knowledge. If I'm outplayed by someone because they're just outright playing better, reacting to what I'm doing, punishing what I'm doing, that's one thing. When I have a lack of knowledge, so I don't know a character, right? Like those first few times I'm fighting Ed, I don't even know what Ed can do, and he's just beating my ass, right? Okay, got it. I lose to that. Either one of those cases is fine because you can learn from those losses. You can't learn when you're playing online. You know exactly what to do. You do it, and the game refuses to give it to you. Every time Blanca's doing this stupid throw, I'm holding up, and the game says, oh, you never held up, just get thrown. Well, then fuck this. Why am I playing it, right? That's the feeling you get. You get this feeling of like defeat and resignation because there's no point in struggling to win if the game isn't going to react to what you're inputting. So, and again, you can argue a million things. Maybe it's because I'm playing on PS5, right? And PS5 has more input delay. I don't know. You know, why is it that the vast majority of people that I play on PC? Almost 100%. Like the ratio is ridiculous. Like 80-90% of people in Master are playing on PC. It's very rare when I play someone on PS5. It's like once or twice a night out of like, you know, a ridiculous amount of people I play. There's something there. And I don't have a gaming PC to play this game on, right? So anyway, it sucked because I really wanted to go out like a big, awesome last hurrah. And quite frankly, number one, there just weren't a lot of people on the stream as I would have expected there would have been. And number two, it didn't go well anyway. So that is a little disappointing. What I'm hoping is that obviously tomorrow with the release of Akuma, with the release of the big rebalance, there will be reinvigorated interest in the game. I hope.
Why should anyone care what you're doing in this game, Phil? Especially in casual mode. Why? What investment is there for what potential risk? What risk will there be for watching you play the game? In casual mode? None. It's just you poorly, slowly learn a fucking new character. Nobody cares about that, Phil.
Oh, because, you know, this is something big that I want to cover in the next month. I want to play a lot of Street Fighter 6 and show the differences and learn the differences and maybe have Akuma as a new character that I play. I don't know, because here's the thing. I played...
No, here's the thing, Phil. If people want to fucking know these characters better, they're going to fucking go to better players. Like, you fucking go to better players to fucking learn shit. Anytime Phil Burnell wants to fucking try and learn about new things in the fucking game, do you think he fucking teaches himself and tries to educate himself? No. He studies other YouTubers' fucking prime material. He looks at the top tier players for certain characters and fucking tries to study their fucking moves, their fucking tech, and tries to fucking copy and paste their skills onto his own. But he always usually fucking fails. And so everyone else is also going to fucking make sure they're going to fucking watch these better players if they want to see these better players in action.
Rashid, and at first I thought he was alright, but then I kind of realized I didn't like his gameplay style because he seemed more like a tricks character. He shoots you in the corner. Outside of that, he couldn't really do much else. He doesn't seem that good from like mid-screen. Then Aki, oh my god, forget it. Like Aki, not only is she a high execution character, but then on top of that, she's actually not that good anyway. So it was like, what a bunch of work for nothing. And Ed I didn't even bother with, right? So Akuma is like the last chance of a new character they've added to the game that I might actually like. I hope I do. I mean, Akuma is a classic character that's been around since Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. You would hope this is a character that I'll end up liking, but I don't know. You know, this game takes characters that previously played in a certain way and completely changes them up to play different ways that they've never played like before. So I don't know if I'm going to like Akuma or not. I'm going to give him a shot. I really am. I know how to play with Akuma from various previous games. That doesn't mean anything about how I'm going to play him in this one or how he plays in this one. It could be completely different, right? So we shall see how it goes tomorrow. But anyway, for the last hurrah, Street Fighter 6, sadly, it didn't really go that well. I wish that it had been a better set. I wish that it had been
Why has he said this for the third or fourth time today? It's like he's desperate for his audience to fucking be aware that he expected better of them. They expected more of them. They expected them to just fucking turn up, be there, open their fucking wallets and throw money at them. And remember, he has been paid by YouTube today. He has received his YouTube payment today. He should be flush with cash and not be worried about the fucking support or lack of support right now. He should be on some sort of money high from seeing that YouTube money in his account. Instead, he's fucking reminding his audience time and time and time again, guys, you didn't turn up last night. Guys, you didn't give me money last night. Guys, I really wanted that fucking support to be better last night. It's like the third or fourth time he's literally brought it up to his audience in a span of, what, 2-3 minutes?
better final outing for year one, but it just wasn't. And I just hope that's not a sign of things to come. I do hope that with all the new stuff, you know, people are going to care and show up and hang out and get excited again. Like, people were really excited for Street Fighter 6 when it came out last year, right? Me included. I liked that feeling of hype, that feeling of excitement, that feeling of this is something new and we're all doing it together, right? It was cool. I hope we get that back tomorrow. I want that feeling back tomorrow, you know? All right, anyway, so that was last night. Today is the release of Hellblade 2. So let's talk about this, because already I'm seeing insane amounts of stupidity and misinformation in the chat about this game. All right, Hellblade 2, or Senua's Saga, is the sequel to the 2017 game, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, okay? If you played the game, you know all about what it's like, but for those who didn't, allow me to explain. All right, Hellblade...
So, before Phil gets to explain, how about I fucking try and beat him to a punch and fucking do it quicker? Hellblade, the first game, were done quite well. It was made by about 20 fucking people, and it received a whole lot of acclaim, even with a couple of awards. And this second game is a whole lot fucking bigger, and hopefully it'll fucking do quite well as well. And also there's a concern about fucking Microsoft maybe potentially, you know... Well, Microsoft have fucking axed a whole bunch of studios lately, so this studio could be one of them afterwards, who knows. I was going to mention all that in a lot longer format.
It is a game that is mostly narrative based, okay? There's definitely gameplay elements, combat, puzzles. I would argue it's like God of War light. And what I mean by that is, like, some of the combat and stuff takes elements from like a game like God of War, and some of the puzzles you have to solve for sure. In fact, the visuals also kind of look like God of War from that time period. But it definitely is a less of a focus on gameplay elements and more of a focus on narrative, graphics, sound design, and essentially a cinematic experience, okay? I remember when I played Hellblade 1. I originally didn't play it when it was a new release, and people were like, oh, you're missing out. Like, this game actually is quite good. You really should check it out. So eventually I did. And when I did, I was legit blown away. I was like, I had no clue. First of all, I couldn't believe this game had been made by Ninja Theory, which is not a ginormous AAA studio, by the way. It's not like there's some giant studio with unlimited budget. You know, they're not known for these giant scale games. And they made this game, and it looked so good. I was like, this is like almost best-in-class visuals. At the time, in 2017, I was like, well, how does it look this good, right? And I remember playing through it, and here's the thing. The game is constantly making you wonder what's going on, because the whole premise is that the main character has some kind of like mental illness or mental break where she's hearing voices, she's seeing things, and you don't know what's real and what's not. Like, you literally can't tell in the game what's happening. And that's intentional. Like, that's actually legit intentional. That you're supposed to always be guessing and wondering, is this something that's haunting her from the past and she's fighting through it in her mind? Or is this legit real in real life? Is she being attacked by real people and things like, what is going on? So, in that regard, as a narrative-based game, all right, with amazing visuals at the time, it absolutely works. Now, it's also a short game. I remember that game was what, like, I want to say Hellblade 1 was probably around, like, maybe like 10 hours, 8 hours. I can't remember, actually. I wonder, hold on. I can actually look that up, how long my playthrough was. I don't know why I didn't do that, because I was curious how long
Who
was the first
fucking
game
cares?
compared to the second. So, give me a second here. Here, content. Hellblade.
Fuck you, Phil.
Here it is, from August 2017. And by the way, I had no idea that this was 7 years old. It doesn't feel that old, does it? It really doesn't feel like Hellblade was 7 years old. So my playthrough was 32 parts. Each part was around 10 to 15 minutes. They varied. And the last part was a half an hour. So if you do the math, probably around 6 to 7 hours, all right, for this game. Not the longest game, correct? I mean, that's pretty short. But, again, that is what they're going for. They're going for a shorter cinematic experience. All right. Ultimately, I remember when I beat the first Hellblade, I was like, wow, I really like that game, and I have no idea what just happened. Like, seriously, like, you beat it, and you're like, I don't know what just, was that all real? Is she just imagining this entire scenario in her mind? Like, what's going on? Right? Also, people should realize that this series is not a full-fledged retail series. They're not charging $70 for these games. I don't know what the cost of Hellblade was when it released in 2017, but it was not, you know, 60, 70 bucks. It was probably like 30, 40 bucks, something like that. So they know that it's a shorter game, so they're going to, you know, not charge you full price, okay? So anyway, with that being said, all right, I like...
Hey, shout out to that being said. Shout's not in the card today, but shout out to them.
The first game. I actually genuinely enjoyed it and had a good time with it, despite the fact that after I beat it, I really didn't know what was going on. Right? I was like, oh, okay. So...
That also, but that was meant to be the fucking premise. Okay, that was meant to be the fucking whole premise of the game. It's dealing with a fucking mental illness in a way which feels more accurate compared to how it's typically fucking portrayed in media. When people fucking think of characters that are fucking, like, you know, going through like mental illness and all that shit and hallucinating things, they're perceived as some sort of crazy fucking bastard. This game tries to fucking challenge that. You know, that was the whole purpose of the game, to try and fucking approach this genuine fucking thing from a more realistic point, you know, perspective. And the game is meant to fucking make you understand better this actual fucking mental illness. And it's oh, for God's sake, Phil. A wee bit of research, Phil, would have been good for you. I'm just saying, a little bit of research would have gone a long way for you here.
Here we are 7 years later. Hellblade 2. Okay, so everyone on the internet, of course, is talking about it today, and the reviews are out, and it's hilariously mixed, okay? You got some people who are like, all right, so the visuals, again, pretty much best in class. Like, you're going to be blown away with how Hellblade 2 looks. because they really worked hard on these visuals to make them look amazing, whether you're playing on Xbox or PC. However, the game runs at 30 frames on Xbox, just like the first one. Hellblade 1 was 30 frames, Hellblade 2 is 30 frames. Now on PC, depending on your hardware, you can push the visuals, and you can get it 60 frames or higher, but it's really more depending on your hardware setup. On Xbox, you're playing it on 30 frames no matter what, okay? Audio, supposedly, the audio is ridiculously amazing. They did all this directional audio and different things with the audio that's supposed to be, like, groundbreaking, but I have a neck phone surround setup that's supposed to have surround sound. Sometimes it works well, and other times not so much. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to hear this. You guys won't hear it, because on YouTube, they don't do directional audio. Yeah, YouTube it only does the, like, stereo or whatever, from what I'm to understand. I've heard that there are ways to do it, but a standard stream like mine, you're not going to get surround audio. So sadly, probably neither I or you are going to get the full experience of what this game would be like if you were, like, sitting in a surround sound room or had, like, surround sound high-end headphones on. You're just not going to get that here, okay? Gameplay. For what I'm to understand, Hellblade 2 is very, very much like the first game. Is there combat? Yes. Are there puzzles? Yes. But for the most part, you're walking around exploring in a world that's incredibly unique and visually stunning, but confusing. You can't tell what's real and what's not, or if anything is even real. The story is cryptic, and you're trying to piece together the pieces of the story to understand the game. It's pretty much the same game as the first one, only it's not the same story. The story's continuing. So if you liked Hellblade 1, you're going to like Hellblade 2. If you don't like that, if you're looking for a game that has robust, amazingly challenging combat and stuff like that, this doesn't have it. If you're looking for a game that's 40 hours long, because for some reason gamers have now been, like, trained to expect an insane amount of gameplay out of any new game, then you're not going to like this game either. The game is going right for what the first game was, only advancing that story and pushing the visuals and audio. Some people will argue it's a tech demo. Okay? Well, all right, maybe it's a tech demo. But is it entertaining? Are you immersed? Is it fun where it catches you and you want to keep going? That's the real question. How many games out there have a ton of gameplay, but within a few hours you're bored, right? I'm going to be honest with you. Dragon's Dogma 2. That's a game that apparently has insane amounts of gameplay. You play for like 5 hours, you've seen almost everything besides a few of the big monsters, you know the gist of the game. So, what's the point? Right? Like, what's the point of a game that you're just already, say, all right, here we go, grind for another 80 hours now, same fucking game, right? For me, and this is my personal experience, you can disagree, and that's fine. Everyone has different tastes. I would prefer a game that no matter when I'm playing it, I'm having a good time, I'm riveted, I'm hooked, and I want more. As opposed to a game that delivers an incredible amount of content, but it's all repetitive and not interesting and kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? So, here you go. I'm just like, and I will compare this to a game 15 years ago none of you will remember. The Darkness 2. None of you will remember that game, okay? It was a game that I played early on in my YouTube career. And I remember when The Darkness 2 came out, I hadn't played The Darkness 1, so I had no clue if I was going to like it. But at that point, I was trying to cover all the hot new releases, and this was one for this particular week. And I remember there were other games out at the time as well. And when I played The Darkness 2, okay, basically, here's what happened. I started playing it, and I was immediately hooked by interesting gameplay elements, but a story. Even though the game was supposed to be based around this first-person shooter gameplay with, like, tendrils and monsters, I was hooked by the story. And the funny part about Darkness 2 is it's a very short game. It's about, I want to say it's 5 to 6 hours long. So it's a very short experience. But every moment you're playing, you're interested and riveted by what's going on. There's a dual story plotline where you don't know if you're really there or if you're in a nut house and imagining all of it. Does that sound familiar? I mean, it's kind of similar to the plot of the Hellblade games, right? So it's very mysterious in that regard. So I beat The Darkness 2, okay? And then I went on to play the other games for the week. And at the end of the week, I always kind of did like a review or whatever. I was like, The Darkness 2 is the best game that I played in a while. It's like 6 hours long, but every moment I played it, I loved my time in it. It was fun. It was interesting. It kept me thinking. The story was engaging. At the end, it had a good ending. I was like, that was a great game. The other games I'm playing are more gameplay-centric, but they're just not that interesting. This game hooked me, right? And I think that's what they're going for with the Hellblade series. They know that with the style of game they're making and the budget they have and the production that they're putting on, they're not trying to beat other games. You're not going to play Hellblade 2 and be like, holy shit, that combat engine is so much better than God of War Ragnarok, right? No one's going to say that. The point is, they're trying a different thing. If you're into that, then by all means, stick around.
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much, Repetition, for the super chat, who says it feels like these bingos are your punishment in hell, Jad. I mean, it's like the first layer of hell. You know what I mean? There's if you believe Dante's Inferno, there's many layers of hell, many different layers and floors of hell, and there's different floors, different sins you've committed and all that shit. So yeah, and there's also a purgatory as well, and never mind fucking hell and all that shit as well. Like, this is, I mean, the whole point of Bingo is to try and make fills more endurable, and yeah, turning it into a game does help, but it's also still very fucking challenging because Phil Burnell is such a boring bastard. But you guys help me through it. Honest, I mean, it'll sound corny as fuck, of course, but without the chat being here, without you guys being here to help me through this shit as well, I would struggle to fucking cope with this. It's like give and take, we get each other through this fucking horrible hell that is DSP's fucking shitey level 1 podcasts. But I thought, cheers for the super chat. This is our own personal hell we have fucking created, but let's fucking get ourselves through it and hopefully we can fucking get to the pearly gates in one piece.
Around today on my streams and check it out. I'm playing this all day. And the reports are, if you know how to play the game and you absolutely rush through it and you ace every puzzle and you beat every fight on the first try, you can literally beat this game in like 5 hours. But for most people, you're going to walk around and explore. You're going to be wanting to understand the lore and look for items. You're going to take your time immersing yourself in the world. And then the game could be anywhere from 8 to 10 hours long. Okay? Probably, you know me, with the interaction and everything we do on the streams, likely it's going to be longer than that for me. I would guess that this playthrough probably be around 10 hours for me. Because, you know, with me talking with you guys and everything, it always takes a little bit longer. So that is actually why I'm playing it all day, because I wanted to get a good chunk into it. If we play it all day today and I get like 5 hours in, arguably we'll be halfway through the game. And that means that over the next coming week, I can continue to play it and beat it. And then we can, you know, in 1 week, as opposed to if I just played it one stream today and I only played it in 1 stream increments, we're talking probably 4 streams to beat it. And that could take like 2 weeks. Who the hell wants to take me 2 weeks to beat an 8 to 10 hour game, right? So that's why I'm playing it so much today. Because I know some people question, why is Phil, he almost never plays the same game all day long. Why is he doing it like that? I want to get a big jump into it, okay? Okay, but here's the thing. I'm just going to say it right now. I am absolutely not going to put up with people who just want to be negative people in the chat about this style of game. If you're someone who likes Dark Souls games, this is not Dark Souls. If you're someone who likes God of War, this is not going to be the length of God of War, all right? And it's not going to have the robustness and the complexity of the gameplay engine of God of War, all right? The one thing this game is supposed to excel on is the visuals. So let's look at that. Let's focus on that and say, is this game visually compelling? Did they pull something off here that's pretty remarkable?
Phil, with all due respect, it's a video game. If I want to fucking look at pretty fucking visuals, I'll go to a fucking art gallery. You know what I mean? That's like, I'm going to judge a game based on how fun that fucking game is. This game might be a fantastic fucking game, but I'm not going to fucking, I'm not going to fucking be told to judge a game based on its fucking visuals alone. Don't you fucking dare, Phil, try and tell me how to fucking judge a game. Especially a game you didn't fucking have any involvement in whatsoever. No. If the game is worth playing, then by all means, that's the fucking main metric. Is it worth your time? Is it worth your own personal investment, not only to fucking get the game, but to use your time as well to play the fucking game? That's how games should always be judged by. Whether it's a fucking 10-hour game or a 100-hour game. Is it worth your time and worth your fucking money? Is it one of those things that you're fucking going to want to keep going back to? Or even as a one-off experience, is it worth it? Like, LA Noire, I used it the other day, LA Noire. I played LA Noire back in the fucking day. I played it once. I really enjoyed it. I couldn't play it again because it's a one-and-done kind of game. I don't regret playing it though, because I really did enjoy that game. I really enjoyed that fucking unique, you know, it's a completely different way to fucking play these games, you know, and obviously the way the game looked as well, they try to fucking be quite photorealistic for the limitations of the hardware back in the fucking day. You know, that's like a good example I can think of, but yeah, it's just, that game, if you've never played it before, is worth a play. But it's not worth repeated plays.
For console, okay? How about the story? Is the story riveting? Are we getting caught up into it? Are we excited for it, right? That's what you need to be focusing on. We already know the style of game it is. You don't go into a telltale narrative game and say, where's the gameplay, right? Same thing there. You don't go into Dark Souls and say, where are the vehicles? Why can't I drive? Right? But it seems like today, everyone has this weird preconceived notion of what needs to be in a game, and you must check off each checkbox on this weird good game checklist to say if a game is good or not. Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. This game's only 8 hours long. Immediately it's bad because there's not enough gameplay. Wait, the gameplay takes a backseat to narrative and visuals? Oh, that's awful. That's a big demerit there. Like, what are you talking about? There's different games for different people. Games are better when they do different things. If every game was the same and was aspiring to do the same things, there would be no variety and it would be bland and boring. I don't want everything to be bland and boring. By the way, I'm not saying that if this game ends up being bland and boring, that I'm going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to tell you what I think truly about the game every moment that we are playing it, okay? If I feel like this game should have been 60 frames and it's detrimental because it's running at only 30, I'm going to tell you that, okay? I will criticize the game fairly, as I always do, but I hate that people go in here and they just completely judge a game unfairly based on these fucking notions of nonsense, okay? If this game is truly 8 hours long, but it's got amazing visuals, a good riveting story, and I'm enjoying myself when I'm playing every moment of those 8 hours, then why is it a bad game exactly, right?
Burger.
But then people will say that anyway. Oh, well, no, modern era, you can't have a game that's 8 hours long. Modern era, you better have challenge in the gameplay. This is ridiculous, right? Like I say, different strokes for different folks. And the thing is, at some point, you have to learn to respect the opinions of others. Listen,
No. You don't have to respect any opinion. Look, everyone has a right to an opinion, but you don't have the right to fucking have that opinion be respected, Phil. You dumb motherfucker. Okay, look. Oh, for God's sake. I'm losing the fucking ability to live.
I personally think Fortnite is not a very good game. I think there's better battle royale games out there. I don't understand how it went viral besides kids play it and got caught on in that way. And quite frankly, there's a lot of streamers who caught on and did that, like dyed their fucking hair and acted like cartoon characters to attract kids to watch them
Okay, hold on. YouTuber jealousy. There we go.
play the game. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, so I'm going to crap on this game constantly. And I'm going to go to streamers who are playing it and crap on the game in their streams. I'm going to do that. No. If you don't like this style of game, that's fine. Don't stick around today. Because as of tomorrow, I'm playing Street Fighter 6 all day. Later this week, I'm playing indie games in a marathon. After that, we're going to get back to Fallout 4.
It'd be hilarious if there's like fucking barely any turnout for a stream today, and they'll complain, why did nobody fucking turn up for my stream? Can you imagine if all those fucking denheads actually fucking listened to him and said, okay Phil, we won't turn up for your stream, have fun, and they fucked off and done something else like fucking like a window or something. And then Phil tomorrow, Phil's like, okay, where were you guys? Where was everyone? It was a day one game and barely anyone was here. And the audience like, well, Phil, you told us to fucking go away if it wasn't our kind of game. You asked us to fucking go away if it wasn't our kind of game. You think Phil's gonna fucking be happy that his audience actually might listen to him and fucking abandon him for a day one fucking playthrough of this game? No, no, no.
And we're going to have about Multiverses is coming up next week, right? In the next month, I'll probably play a good variety of games leading up to the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC in Elden Ring. So no matter what kind of a game you like, I'm going to be covering that good variety of stuff, okay? So, that's good, right? But please don't be here being incredibly negative towards this all day long because it's not your cup of tea. Because I'll tell you right now, I already saw people in chat, it seems like they were going like this, I can't wait, today's my time. I can sit here and crap on Hellblade 2 all day. No, you're not going to do that. Because if I see it, I'm going to warn you, and if you continue to do it, I'm going to time you out, and if you continue to do it, I'm going to ban you. Because there's no point in fucking sitting here just to spread negativity. No one cares about that you don't like this game. Then go do something else and come back when I'm doing something that you do like. You don't go to the Taylor Swift concert, sit front row, and yell at her, you suck! I hate your music, you suck!
Why is Phil Burnell obsessed with Tay? I don't get it.
You just don't go to the concert, right? So there's no reason for you to be sitting here and complaining all day about a game you don't like. All right, I get it. Not anyone will like this game. It's not one of those please everyone style games. You know what I'm saying? It's not. So I hope you guys understand that. I've actively chosen to play it because it's shorter. It's a Game Pass game. It fits into the schedule for variety purposes. That's why I'm playing it. I'm curious, is it as good as the first one? Is it not? Is it better? What have they done with these visuals in the 7 years that they've been developing the game, right? Is it amazing now? Does it blow you away? You know, how about the story? Because I'll be honest, like I said, when I beat the first one, I was confused. I was scratching my head. What actually happened in that game? Will we actually get more answers during this one? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we'll beat it and it'll be just like the first. At the end, you'll be just as confused when the game started, and you won't know what's happening, right? And that's okay as long as we had a good time. And that was my feeling in the first game. Like, I enjoyed my time in it, even though I was still confused at the end. So it's fine. So let's actively try to enjoy each other's company. Let's try to enjoy the game. And if you don't end up...
Let's actively try to enjoy each other's company. Things you should never say in a first date. But there's one of the fucking... Imagine dropping that terrible fucking line on a first date. How do you do? Let's try and enjoy each other's company. Oh, the keyword there being try.
So it's fine. So let's actively try to enjoy each other's company. Let's try to enjoy the game. And if you don't end up liking it, that's fine. But please don't just sit here and start being, oh, but I don't understand. It's not as good as this game. It doesn't have this from this game. It's not supposed to. It's not those games. That's the whole point. You don't like it, that's fine. I'm going to give you my honest opinions as I'm playing it, like I always do. Maybe I won't like it as much as I don't know. I'm a different person. 7 years, a long time. It changes you, right? So maybe
I love how only Phil Burnell is allowed to fucking be negative about the game. His audience are not allowed to fucking give their own genuine opinions about the fucking game. Phil is, of course, naturally, and he will give those opinions when he feels like it. But the audience have negative opinions. They are not allowed to voice them.
I will be more critical of this one. I don't know. But I can tell you, to see people already in my chat this morning, oh yeah, finally, I've been seeing all these negative, awful things on the internet about the game. That's not even correct. If you look at reviews, generally reviews are positive for the game. People are saying it's a good narrative experience, great graphics, great audio. Yes, it's gameplay light, but so was the first game. So where is all the, oh, everyone's crapping on it. Who? It doesn't even exist, but that's what I mean. I saw 2 people complain about it. Oh, everyone's crapping on it. Now it's time for me to dump too. No, go take the dump in someone else's stream. All right? This is not the toilet of the internet here. Go do that somewhere else.
Phil, you're not worth pissing on. So you're right, you're not a toilet of internet. You're lower than that. At least fucking toilets serve a fucking purpose. You don't.
Excuse me. Okay, so hopefully I cleared the air now, and people are now going to be like, okay, we're gonna be fair to it. If not, I've already laid down the law. I forewarned you. This is not gonna be a situation where I'm gonna put up with this nonsense all day. Okay. Okay. Cool. Is that cool? You understand? All right, so here's the schedule for the week. Today, Hellblade 2 on the first stream, Hellblade 2 on the late stream. All Hellblade 2 today. Tomorrow, Street Fighter 6 on the first stream, Street Fighter 6 on the late stream. It's the rebalance patch. I'll be checking out Akuma on that first stream exclusively.
Who fucking cares?
And if Akuma's good, I'll keep playing with him. Or maybe on that late stream, I won't want to play with Akuma. Instead, I'm going to want to... Jasper, would you please stop chewing that wire? Maybe on the late stream. Jasper, stop chewing that wire. Stop it. Chewing my wires.
The spray
Now
ball's
listen.
out.
Don't chew that wire. You hear me? Stop it. Okay? Stop it.
Nope.
So Street Fighter 6 all day tomorrow, but it's not sure if I'm going to be playing Akuma all day. Jasper, I just said no, don't do it.
Even Jasper's fucking fed up with Street Fighter talk. He would rather chew fucking electrical cables to fucking end it all than hear Phil talk about fucking Street Fighter 6 one more goddamn time. You do what you need to do, Jasper. If it helps you end your suffering, pal, you do what you need to fucking do, pal.
I just said don't do that. I'm trying to finish my sentence here. Street Fighter 6 tomorrow, I'll be playing Akuma on the first stream. I don't know if it'll be Akuma all day or if I'll mix it up and try the other characters at night to see the differences. We'll see. Okay? I'm off on Thursday. When I come back on Friday, it will be more Hellblade 2 on the first stream, and dependent on how long the game actually is, I might or might not actually beat it on Friday. We'll see. And then just gonna do it again. Friday night is going to be Friday Night Fights, and it's going to be a Street Fighter 6 stream, and it's going to be a special stream. And that's all I'm going to say. It's actually something a little different. It's not my typical fighting game stream. I'm doing something different for this rebalance patch of Street Fighter 6. Okay? And then Saturday is my PC Indies Marathon event. On Saturday, all day long, I'll be playing indie games that you guys are currently not voting for right now in a thread. If you type !indies in the chat, it'll come up. You're determining the order of games and which games specifically we'll be playing on Saturday. So please keep voting if you haven't yet. Good variety of games in there. For example, if you haven't seen the poll yet, oh, hold on. I thought I had it open here. I don't. I want to open it because I want to see, here it is.
Who fucking cares?
So here are the games that are currently in the running. Lethal Company, Hades 2, Inscription, Pizza Tower, and Stardew Valley. Okay? So, FYI, we're guaranteed to play a game Noita. That one got the most nominations of any game, so we're absolutely playing that one. The other games will be determined essentially by this poll. So, taking a look, you know, right now, 2 games are massive frontrunners. Another couple games are pretty close in the vote. However, I've been told that one of these games, unless I'm going to play with a party, which I'm not, and unless I'm going to play with voice communication, which again, I'm not, I don't have that capability, I shouldn't play it. I don't know if you guys are aware, but this game, Lethal Company, from what I'm to understand, it's multiplayer only. Okay, you can't play it solo. And if you drop into a random party with like no mic or whatever, it's basically not very good. People are basically like, yeah, it's gonna be a dud because you're not gonna be able to talk or communicate or even figure stuff out, you know? So I don't know why people nominated Lethal Company.
Because your audience are dumb as fuck.
I don't get it. If that's it, you know me, you know the kind of games I play, you know exactly what's going on here. So why would you have nominated this game, right? If that's the case. Now, am I misunderstanding it? I don't know. This is what I'm being told. You know, people kind of said the same thing about Helldivers 2, but that game was able to be dropped in and played fine. Then again, there's games such as, what was the one? Phasmophobia, which we played, and that one was a dud. Complete dud, didn't work at all, right? I tried to drop in with the group and couldn't even play the game. It wasn't even playable. Fuck you and your friends.
Well, it's no wonder you don't have any friends.
I don't know. Should I play that, or should we just kind of eliminate that one, right? I don't know. I guess we'll figure this out. I got it set up for this event soon, so we'll talk about that. Let's talk about that. Should Lethal Company be taken out of the running? And then basically we play Noita and maybe 2 or 3 of the other games? Because Lethal Company's middle of the pack voting right now, so it may or may not happen regardless. But I don't want to buy it and install it, and then we fucking go to play it, and it doesn't work and it's not good because it's multiplayer only, right? Like, I mean, pretty clear, again, the kind of gamer that I am, the kind of gameplay I do. Lipshin says, yes, for Lethal Company, you actively need to use voice communication. I don't even have that. I don't have a mic that will work on PC. You know, this mic has to be used with my PC over here to capture and to stream. I don't have other mics and things going on that I could plug into my mini PC. I don't. So I guess maybe that's out then. If that is the case, let's continue. I want to hear everyone's opinion. Leave comments on this video. But if Lethal Company is a game that you absolutely need to interact and have voice communication, I can't do that. Everyone knows that, by the way. So I don't know why people would have nominated it. Okay? I outright said in the criteria for this Indie Games Marathon, as you were nominating games, I said, it has to be a game that I have the capability of playing. I don't have the capability to do an interactive multiplayer game with voice communication. I don't even have that set up, right? So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, Saturday all day we're doing that, right? And then Sunday's React Day. So you see what I mean about Fallout 4? If today's Hellblade 2, tomorrow is Street Fighter, Friday is Hellblade and Street Fighter, Saturday is Indies, and Sunday is React Day, the absolute earliest I could even fathom playing Fallout 4 would be Monday. But even then, I might want to keep playing Street Fighter and finish Hellblade if I haven't yet. And then, by the way, Tuesday, 1 week from today, is the release of Multiverses. I say release because the game's already been out, but then they took it away because it was in beta. So now Multiverses fully comes out, and I want to play that, right? So, you know, there's all this stuff going on, and I don't know when I'm going to get back to Fallout. I want to play Fallout 4 again, but that's just the situation we're in right now. Because with all this new stuff going on, it's time-consuming, right? So Fallout will return. Don't worry. I can't wait. I love this Fallout playthrough. I've really been enjoying it. But we all...
So he doesn't know when to fucking play Fallout again. A reminder that on Wednesday into Friday, 3 of his 4 streams are Street Fighter 6. He is actively choosing to fucking play 3, you know, of the 4 streams that are happening on Wednesday and Friday combined. 3 of the 4 things he's playing are Street Fighter 6.
Are bought out with all this variety of stuff, and right now it's taking priority. Okay? Once I beat Hellblade, we'll have a little bit more time in the schedule. And on top of that, from the Indies Marathon, I almost predict there'll be like 1 or 2 games that we like and that you guys want to see me continue to play, and I would do that. I would do playthroughs of indie games if you guys like them. We would balance that for other stuff. Okay? Keep in mind also, there's the option of System Shock Remake, right, that we could possibly play. So, lots of stuff going on, all right? So that's the schedule. Okay, so it's time for everyone's favorite segment. Hold on. It's time for everyone's favorite segment. It's time for my favorite segment. It's time for your favorite segment. It's time for DSP News. And we have a couple interesting stories to cover today.
Who fucking cares?
And no, they're not just me petting Jasper Kitty live on stream, even though it's so cute. So cute when I pet him like this. Right? He's loving it. He's absolutely loving this attention. But I have the news stories open. Right? Okay, so here's a couple of the news stories. Nintendo has acquired Shiver Entertainment. Shiver Entertainment was previously owned by Embracer Group. And we know what's been happening with Embracer Group as of late. They bought up all these studios, and then they started, like, closing them. Like, they were failing and closing them. It's ridiculous. So this group, Shiver Entertainment, has been bought directly by Nintendo. So what has Shiver been doing? They've actually recently been porting games to the Switch game console, including they did the ports of Mortal Kombat 1 and Hogwarts Legacy. Okay? So, basically, Nintendo wants more games for the Switch that are third-party cross-platform. And this game they feel has been, this group they feel has been doing a good job porting, so they bought them out. So if anything, this sounds to me like Nintendo for their next-gen console, because let's be honest, the Switch is on its way out. It sounds like for their next-gen console, Nintendo's interested in getting more third-party games, right? Jasper Kitty, what do you think about that? Purring. Hear the purrs?
Fuck you.
Go ahead, you failed. Okay. So, I guess that's good news. I just hope that they do a good job, because some ports for Nintendo consoles, as we all know, are very underwhelming, and they run horribly. I hope that the ports are good. And the question is, with this new Nintendo console coming out, will it be powerful enough to accurately portray games that are cross-platform, where you're going to have these underwhelming, globulous, unrendered, low frame rate messes, right? I mean, then again, you could just argue that the first-party games look like that anyway. Look at the last Pokemon game. So maybe there's no validity to that argument anyway, right? So anyway, that's one acquisition. Another acquisition has happened. So this is this one. IGN Entertainment acquires Gamer Network. Gamer Network is an amalgamation of different games journalism businesses, including GamesIndustry.biz, Eurogamer, Rock Paper Shotgun, VG247, and Dicebreaker. And yes, included under that umbrella is Digital Foundry. So people immediately are freaking out. They're like, wait a minute, what? IGN now owns all of those different gaming outlets, including Digital Foundry? Now, normally you'd be like, is this even a big deal? But recently what's been happening is companies are getting bought up and then immediately getting closed and or majorly restructured. So people immediately started freaking out on the internet, reaching out to employees from Digital Foundry saying, hey guys, you know, you're kind of one of the beloved groups on the internet for, you know, game performance testing, hardware, stats, etc. You know, are you all right? Now, one of them responded and said, oh yeah, don't worry, we're not really going to be affected by this. But then someone else is like, yeah, and that's what they said about Giant Bomb. And that's what they said about this studio and this studio. And look what happened. I mean, even a studio like Tango Gameworks that put out a good game got closed. So is anyone really immune to this kind of issue? The answer is very simple. No, it doesn't matter. These companies, when they buy out other companies, they may well just decide that they want a restructuring. And then that's the end of you, you know? I'll compare it to this. Years ago, Screw Attack, which was its own entity and was doing decently by itself, got bought out by Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth decided, we don't want 90% of the Screw Attack stuff we just bought. All we want is like 2 series. So they ended up closing like 80 to 90% of Screw Attack. Just laid off all the employees. We don't want you. They only kept the people behind to do that Death Battle show. And I think there was like one other. Like there was 2 pieces of content they actually wanted and thought there was value in. And everything else, they just said, fuck it, and liquidated it all. And that was the end of Screw Attack. They're just gone forever because the rights were sold and they just felt there's no value. I mean, now today, even Rooster Teeth doesn't exist anymore, right? But that's all it takes is bad management. And are you really confident in the management of IGN? One weird thing you might say is, wait a minute, IGN Network, how are they're doing good? They're able to buy other companies? Yeah, you may not realize it because, you know, everyone makes fun of IGN. Everyone's, oh, you can't spell IGN, or you can't spell ignorant without the letters IGN, right? And, oh, the reviews suck or whatever. You guys don't understand. They are the biggest gaming news source in the world. You know that, right? They make insano amounts of ad revenue and product revenue. They make so much revenue because they are the basic focal point of where people go for gaming news on the internet. Nobody else is as big as them. So they are absolutely profitable like crazy, even though we all like to make fun of them and how stupid they are and how bad sometimes their writing is and their articles and everything. No, they're rich. They have insane amounts of money just because everyone goes there for game news and they run 5 zillion ads. Like, I can tell you firsthand. You go to that site, it's like trying to navigate the fucking thing is a nightmare. There's fucking so much ad placement and shit, and they're making tons of dough on it.
Well, you have no fucking right to have a go about anyone else fucking having ads on their fucking media when you are solely obsessed about fucking making sure that you fucking upload content which has ads in them. You have throwback content. Now, you're meant to fucking upload this shit for posterity purposes. And because you had a fucking naughty word in the first 30 seconds, got demonetized, it was still visible for everyone. Everyone could still see the fucking video regardless. But because I had a naughty fucking word at the start, you had it fucking re-edited and fucking have that bad word removed so you could fucking make, what, 2 cents on that fucking video. You have no fucking right to complain about anyone else fucking doing ads on their content when you are obsessed with ad revenue on your content.
You know? So basically, that's how they're affording this. They're rich. You just don't know it because everyone on social media makes fun of them, but they are 100% the most prominent games media on the planet. Okay? So, basically, what will happen? Well, first of all those things I mentioned, GamesIndustry.biz, Eurogamer, Rock Paper Shotgun, VG247, Dicebreaker, they're all kind of like independent of each other, right? And they're all different. They cover gaming news and things differently. Digital Foundry, I believe, is actually part of Eurogame. So that's why people are afraid. They're like, oh, is Digital Foundry affected? Well, yeah, technically, they're part of the Eurogamer umbrella of companies and media. So yeah, like, what's going to happen to those? First of all, why did IGN even buy them? Why would IGN need those? All they are, in a way, are competition. Are they just buying out their competition? And here's the thing. If that's the case, should you be worried? If you just got bought out, like, let's say you work for, okay, let me think of a good comparison here, right? Let's say you work for a mid-range burger chain. Like if I lived in Connecticut.
Of course it's a fucking food example. Because what else would it be? Of course it's going to be another goddamn food example. Ah, goddamn. Okay, continue, Phil.
Let's say you work for a mid-range burger chain. Like if I lived in Connecticut still, it would have been Duchess. Like Duchess does burgers, they do other sandwiches too. Let's say you work for Duchess. You're a franchise owner, but the parent company gets bought out by McDonald's. So now you're McDonald's, but you were the competition. Are you afraid? Everything might change. Now your entire corporate culture changes of how you work because now you got to eat it down from big bad corporate McDonald's of how to do things. Very different from the way your company used to do stuff before, right? Or even worse, they might actually just say, oh, you're a competition, we bought you, goodbye. We're laying everyone off because we just don't want competition. So we bought you to do a corporate takeover to just disseminate you and liquidate you and you're gone. Oh, so now there's no more competing sites, you know? Now, I don't think that's the case. Who's going to spend a ton of money just to liquidate? I don't think so. I think they have an intention of using them for something. What exactly that intention is, I don't know. So, yeah, what's happening right now, it seems like a lot of companies are being bought out. And, you know, what's going to happen with these buyouts? Will they result in something positive or negative for gamers or not? I don't know. We have one more story to cover today before we get to shout-outs and interaction. And the story is kind of alarming, all right? So just the other day, on my React show, we were watching a video about ChatGPT and about OpenAI. The name of the company is OpenAI, and they've been designing ChatGPT, their chatbot, to get better and better over the years, right? And they have this new model now that can do all this new stuff. If you want to learn about that, I actually did a React segment to it on my React show, DSP versus the Internet, back on Saturday, or on Sunday. So you can...
If this is a story I'm thinking of, it is not related to gaming whatsoever. It's like, I think they asked that Marvel's actress, what's her fucking name? Who plays Black Widow? That actress. Like, they asked her to fucking voice it. And she thought about it and she said, nah. And then it turned out it kind of sounded almost exactly like her anyway. And she's like, what the fuck's going on here? Scarlett Johansson, that's her fucking name. Fucking spot the fucking idiot. I mean, one of the most popular actors on the fucking planet. And I'm like, what's that fucking bitch's name? Yeah. So they asked her to fucking voice it. She said no. And then it turns out they kind of cloned the voice anyway. So she's like, okay, legal action. And then ChatGPT, OpenAI, changed the voice.
You can check that out on the DSP Reacts channel. That's youtube.com/@DSP Reacts. It was a
I'm going to guess that's a story, by the way. I'm guessing that's a story.
fascinating segment, okay? It really was. So why am I bringing this up today, okay? Because we're actually finding out that this company that's prominent in the world of AI, and this company that basically is getting a lot of power now because they're getting so prominent in the world of AI and everyone wants to use their AI for stuff, guess what? They are pretty much doing things incredibly underhandedly. At least, if we're to believe actress Scarlett Johansson.
Called it. I called it. But basically, Scarlett Johansson threatened legal action. Their lawyers got in touch with OpenAI, and OpenAI basically said, okay, we'll change your voice.
What? I know, this is an interesting story. Listen to this one. Scarlett Johansson herself released a press release overnight. Well, I guess it was during the day yesterday. And here it is. I'm going to read it word for word. All right? You might be like, what the hell are you talking about? Scarlett Johansson and OpenAI. What could this story possibly be? I know. I was the same mindset when I started reading it. I was like, what are you talking about? Listen to this.
Yeah, Phil, what does this have to do with gaming? Gaming news by Phil Burnell. What part of this is gaming news? Nothing. But still, Phil saw it and thought, I can talk about that in my shitey show.
Here we go.
Who
Word for word.
cares?
Last September, I received an offer from Sam Altman, who wanted to hire me to voice the current ChatGPT 4.0 system. This is Scarlett Johansson speaking in a press release, okay? He told me that he felt that by my voicing of the system, I could bridge the gap between tech companies and creatives and help consumers to feel comfortable with the seismic shift concerning humans and AI. He said he felt my voice would be comforting to people. So the guy who's in charge of OpenAI contacted Scarlett Johansson and said, we want to pay you to be the voice of ChatGPT because right now people are afraid about the future of AI. They're thinking it's evil robot overlords going to take over the world. But if we have your relaxing voice, okay, we think it'll work and it'll help people assuage people's fears, okay? Let's continue. After much consideration and for personal reasons, I declined the offer. 9 months later, my friends, family, and the general public all noted how much the newest system named Sky sounds just like me. When I heard the release demo, I was shocked, angered, and in disbelief that Mr. Altman would pursue a voice that sounded so eerily similar to mine that my closest friends and news outlets can't tell the difference. Mr. Altman even insinuated that the similarity was intentional, tweeting a single word, her. This is a reference to a film in which I voiced a chat system, Samantha, who forms an intimate relationship with a human. Let's continue. 2 days before the ChatGPT 4.0 demo was released, Mr. Altman contacted my agent asking me to reconsider. Before we could even connect, the system was already out there. As a result of their actions, I was forced to hire legal counsel, who wrote 2 letters to Mr. Altman and to OpenAI, setting out what they had done and asking them to detail the exact process by which they created the Sky voice. Consequently, OpenAI reluctantly agreed to take down the Sky voice. In a time when we are all grappling with deepfakes and the promotion of our own likeness, our own work, our own identities, I believe these are questions that deserve absolute clarity. I look forward to resolution in the form of transparency and the passage of appropriate legislation to help ensure individual rights are protected. Right? So, in a nutshell, because that was a long statement, OpenAI wanted Scarlett Johansson to voice their new AI bot so people wouldn't be afraid of AI being an evil robot overlord. She decided not to do it. So then they used their voice anyway. And it was so similar to her real voice, all her friends, relatives,
Kyle Denson tipped £5. A toilet serves a purpose. Hello International Criminal Court, I'd like to report an international murder. I know you said that earlier, but that's still funny lol.
Thank you very much, Kyle Denson, for the tip. I mean, am I wrong? Tell me stop me when I'm wrong. Toilets have a purpose. You use them regular enough and if I can relieve you of things you need. Pill has no purpose. Pill has no usefulness. Aside from being an example of what not to fucking be in life. Toilets are therefore far more useful than Phil, and Phil is not even worth wasting piss on if he was on fire. I'd let that motherfucker burn. Grease fires are quite fucking dangerous after all.
overlord. She decided not to do it. So then they used their voice anyway. And it was so similar to her real voice. All her friends, relatives, and people contacted her and said, "Are you aware that you're the voice of OpenAI?" She says, "No, I'm not. I turned it down." Lo and behold, it was her voice. So she sent them legal letters to say, "What are you doing? Because I can sue you for this." And then they took the voice down.
I mean, the real question is, did they actually clone her voice? Or did they just hire somebody who does sound a lot like Scarlett Johansson? Is that legally... I don't know.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Warren for a super chat who says, Phil going to blame everything on AI soon. Yeah, I mean, AI is quite fucking powerful, to be fair. It's getting more and more powerful every day in terms of the things you can make it do. You can make people pretend they said and did things they didn't do. It's just so, yeah. It's getting to the point where it could be, you know, all it takes is one very creative and dedicated tractor, you know, somebody with a lot of time on their side, to deepfake something quite scandalous and controversial that Phil will freak the fuck out about. Who knows? But yeah, this OpenAI thing though, to me it's interesting that they actually decided to not challenge Scarlett Johansson instead of kind of agree to her demands, which does make it seem like they kind of maybe did something a bit underhanded. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, Colump as well says more than likely they cloned their voice. They, as well as other AI engines, have been just stealing for years now. Probably, I mean, yeah, it's... The fact that they didn't try and challenge it makes me think, yeah, they probably did something a bit sneaky and thought they could get away with it, probably. But it's one of those kind of grey areas though, because what if they just hired an actress that sounded a lot like Scarlett Johansson? And it's like, no, this is an actress's name. It's so-and-so from somewhere. You know, she spoke her things she needed to speak, and yeah, she sounds like you, but she's not you. So calm down. But nah, the fact that they gave in makes me think, yeah, they probably did fucking clone it.
So, I just want you to think about this unique story and why this is scary, okay? This was a situation where someone who is a worldwide celebrity, a popular actress, a hot commodity, that if something of her likeness is going to be used, you have to get compensation for it, correct? Like, they have to pay her for it. This is her likeness. You don't have legal rights to use her likeness without permission. They asked her for...
Depends on the figure, Phil. It depends on whether that fucking that person. So I might be wrong here, but that is only applicable to people who basically have their image copyrighted, I think, or something. Is that a thing? Or the likeness? Because I think certain... Well, I'm not entirely sure, actually. I thought there's certain things that can and cannot be acceptable for permission. I don't know, I don't know the fucking law, but I thought there were certain limitations of it all. Like, you can use some aspects, but not all the aspects. I don't know.
For permission, she said no. They went ahead and did it anyway, hoping that nothing would happen. She was told, she immediately told them, no, I don't play that game, and then they took the voice down. Okay? But that's Scarlett Johansson. All right? That's not a normal person. That's not even a mid-level notable person, right? That's Scarlett Johansson. Okay? What's to stop AI from literally stealing anything from anywhere and having any repercussions for it because we're not big enough to have a lawyer go slap OpenAI with a lawsuit?
Is he about to make this about himself? Was this the whole purpose of it?
Correct? Think about this. They've already shown they have absolutely no cares in the world about stealing content. They outright did it with Scarlett Johansson. It's documented. It's happened. This is not, oh, it's hearsay, it's gossip. No, it's true. She didn't give permission for her voice to be used, and they used it anyway in their demo of this new ChatGPT. They just...
That's not been confirmed, but they probably cloned it. But still, we don't know the full details yet, Phil. You are jumping to conclusions. Dangerous.
Didn't care. All right? So they think they're above the law. They outright feel this. We are above having to pay or care or do anything. We'll just do whatever we want. Only if we get slapped with a lawsuit after will we then correct our awful actions. Okay? What's to stop AI?
Also, I don't actually think the lawsuit was fucking made. I just think a letter was sent threatening a lawsuit. And before it escalated, they kind of thought, okay, let's fucking change something. Phil, stop misrepresenting what happened in the news.
From taking anything it wants and doing whatever it wants with it. Honestly, right? Let's be honest here. It could do whatever it wants. And all it's going to take is someone to have a bug up their ass about you, right? And then they're going to do awful things with this. So, for example, this already happened. There was, I guess what it was there was a school, and there was, I guess, like a teacher, and there was another employee of the school who didn't like the teacher. So they created like an AI video, okay? An AI video of this person saying racist things. And they submitted, oh, look, you got to fire this person because they're a racist. Now, luckily what happened was there was an analysis and they actually found out the video was fake. It was, you know, they found out it was an AI video. It wasn't real. So after that, they looked into it and they found out, oh, guess what? This other employee was trying to get this guy in trouble and they fired the other employee instead. All right. But that's just the initial thing. Like, this is the early stages of AI. You understand? Why do they feel they have free reign to use any content they want, to do anything they want? They don't. OpenAI does not own intellectual properties. They don't have the right to use intellectual properties without permission. Hence, that's why they contacted Scarlett Johansson first to ask for permission to use her voice before they just decided to do it anyway without the permission. They knew they needed the permission to do that. You see? Right now, here's the problem. We have no oversight over this. We have no governmental bodies who are looking at this AI and seeing what it's doing and seeing its uses or misuses and saying, here's the limits. And I know a lot of people say, well, we don't want a restrictive government. We want a government that's for the people. I hear you. But do you not understand that AI at its actual core could actually be massively misused as a weapon against people? And right now, we have no one doing anything about it. Instead, what we have is a bunch of fucking nerds who are sitting there saying, advance, advance, advance it further, advance it further. Instead of, should we advance it further? I mean, I hate to say it, but Michael Crichton was a genius, all right? When he created the Ian Malcolm character for Jurassic Park. And Ian Malcolm is this chaos theorist, correct? And he says in the movie and in the book, it's probably not word for word, but he basically says, so here's what you scientists did, right? You found a way to revive dinosaurs. And before you said, should we do it? How should we do it? What ramifications it'll have? You already created it, you patented it, you mass produced it, you marketed it, you packaged it, you slapped stickers on it, and you've sold it out there to be a big moneymaker. Before you get to the point where these things become this dangerous, you need to have those questions asked first. Should we be doing this? Why are we doing this? What are the repercussions, both positive and negative, for human society as a whole? Not, oh, we have the technology, just keep doing it. But that's what's happening right now. With AI in general, it just seems to be just non-regulated overdevelopment. Who are these fucking assholes at OpenAI who think that because they have this capability that they should have the ability to just do whatever they want, regardless of the fact that it could actually hurt human society as a whole? If everything goes AI in the next 15, 20 years, how many jobs will be lost? How is this going to affect society? Do we really want to be sitting at home doing nothing at all while everything around us is done for us? I mean, do we not see already that we have like an obesity epidemic and we have people just sitting antisocial at home, sitting on their fucking computers all day?
I mean, yeah, Phil goes downstairs and fucking sees that firsthand when he looks at Cat playing Skyrim.
to crazy amounts of people who have broken lives, emotional mental problems, which this already exists now, and that's before AI, right? Now, we actually have AI that's going to automate everything around us and do everything for you. So what is the purpose of human existence? If everything can just be done by itself, right? I get that AI can have great implications. One of the things we saw in that video about OpenAI the other day, here's a blind person, and they can't see, and they're walking around a major city with their guide dog, but they need to know what they're seeing. So he holds up his phone like this to the river, and it says, in the river, there are several ducks, and they are swimming slowly without a care, and one of the ducks has just gone under the water, probably grabbing food, and that's nice. Someone who can't see to have visual assistance, that's nice. They actually showed that he was...
Oh my dog, what's up?
Thank you very much to Warren for a super chat, who has his own little kind of theory. If we, I assume Warren by we mean if America doesn't advance to AI, China will just advance theirs. Oh, that's just fucking, that's like classic Cold War paranoia right there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we need to fucking make sure we are well armed because the Russians are well armed as well. We need to make sure we have our nuclear deterrent because they've got their nuclear deterrent. It's not a shit. That shit's been happening for fucking decades. That kind of, you know, paranoia, if we don't date they will kind of mentality. You know? So, AI is a thing, and it's like, how would you even... Like, Phil like, wants it regulated and wants it controlled. Most people are just having some fun with it, but AI... Oh, for God's sake. Like, I don't know. There's certainly a lot of good uses for AI in my opinion. For things like feeding it a whole lot of complex data relating to things like medicine. It might come up with fucking ways to analyse fucking how to make certain medicines be better. You know, things that off the top of my head, that's a good implementation of AI. Just fucking let it fucking break down the best way to fucking help people, heal people. But nah, Phil's like, oh, it's going to take over jobs. And we're going to just be sitting at home and AI does everything. Well, I don't think we're that close yet. The year is 2024, and they still haven't worked out properly how to fucking do driverless cars. Can you remember? Can you remember like fucking like when you were a kid? So, this is a question for the older people in the stream. When you were a child, were you ever asked at school, what do you think the future will be like in 30 years time or 40 years time? And were some of your fucking thoughts something to do with like, oh, is there gonna be flying cars? Well, we'll be fucking living in like bubbles in the fucking sky or whatever. That kind of shit, you know what I mean? Mankind, as fast as it fucking sometimes develops and fucking progresses with technology, for the most part though, we're kind of not that fast, if that makes sense. Like there's, what have been the biggest technological advancements in the past decade? AI is getting smarter, yes, but how it's implemented in the real world has not actually been that noticeable. You know, it doesn't seem to have been massively influential in changing the way people fucking live. Like, people use it, but it hasn't taken over some things, in my opinion. But I don't know. Fuck me, I don't know. It's just Phil's just fucking wanting a reason to fucking bitch and whine and moan, essentially. Phil just wants a reason just to fucking be a grumpy old bastard.
Probably grabbing food and that's nice. Someone who can't see to have visual assistance, that's nice. They actually showed that he was calling a taxi. There's a taxi approaching from the left. You can flag it now. Oh, and he flags it and he gets a taxi because of it. There's good uses for this stuff. For sure there is. Okay? But the problem is there's no one sitting down and regulating this is the good use that it should be used for because it improves the human existence. Or this is an insanely horrendous, awful use because if it gets mass grown in this field, right, so much will be auto done for us. So much will become automated. So much will be done that now it hurts humans, right? And again, what are the implications of this company thinking they can do whatever they want? Scarlett Johansson was able to sue the company, well, not really sue, but send them legal letters saying, cease and desist. You're using my voice. It's apparent. Everyone thinks it's me.
Holy shit, Phil gifted 5 memberships to his own channel. Remember, Phil gets to gift 10 free memberships per month on his channel. And Phil Burnell just gifted 5 of them to his own audience. They are essentially worth less than Argentinian memberships because Phil has them for free. But he's perfectly happy to gift free memberships as long as it doesn't cost him a fucking penny. He would literally have gotten more money from an Argentinian member bomb. Let that fucking sink in. But there you go.
You have to stop this right now. Right now, if they were to take your voice and use it in something, do you have the ability to hire a lawyer to send them a legal notice to stop?
I don't know. D-Dog's going to use my voice to fucking sing, you know, that Seal song apparently. So, yeah, I'm gonna find a real good lawyer, D-Dog, if you fucking keep going. I'm a fuck. Who cares? Make me sing and make me sing great.
Who does the common person at all? We're already seeing with AI, you say, hey, generate a picture, generate a song, generate this, and all it's doing, is it creating? It's not creating. It's stealing. It's going out there and taking stuff from everyone else, all the artistic expression, all the hard work that should be the property of others, and it's taking snippets of each of it and smashing it together to create a new entity of its own and claiming ownership of it. When in reality, it doesn't own it, right? It doesn't. It stole from others. So, does AI really work in that regard? Like I said, I think that there are some uses that make a lot of sense. But when you're saying it's a tool, but the tool is unchecked, unregulated, right? Imagine if, right now, there was absolutely no regulations for armaments at all. Unchecked. Anyone could own any kind of an armament that they wanted across the globe. People could be walking down the streets with fucking machine guns and bazookas and tanks, right? Just imagine that. No regulation. Anyone could just do whatever they want, right?
America.
Because you could argue AI is not alive. Well, it's artificial intelligence. One day maybe it'll be self-aware. I don't know if it is yet. We can argue that, right? Is it passing the Turing test, shit like that? But right now it's a tool. AI is a tool to do things.
You're a fucking tool. And you don't do things, you lazy prick.
All tools must be regulated. You can't just have a tool be unchecked, because then you will undoubtedly have people who find a use for the tool that's extreme and can mass hurt people. Right now, we have no one who is looking and regulating AI at all. You see what I'm saying? And as much as some people would say, well, actually, it's not that bad. No. It may not be that bad now, but do you see what they're doing?
Oh, we got turbo nose. We got the turbo nose.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
It's the first bingo of the game.
And as much as some people would say, well, actually, it's not that bad. No. It may not be that bad now, but do you see what they're doing at that company and other companies? This technology is advancing at an insanely breathtaking fast pace. This is not, oh, a little trickle of progress here, a little trickle of progress there. It is full-fledged like a fucking Olympic sprinter. It is running forward, and no one is checking ahead to see what it's going to run into. So right now, you might say it's not a big deal. But what happens in 2-3 years if AI now starts to get crazy, out of control reach and an ability, right? What if, just think about how creepy this is. You're a single mom. You're working at, I don't know, a bank. You're a bank teller, all right? You don't know it, but one of your customers is an obsessive weirdo. This obsessive weirdo buys a subscription to AI, and after they find out your name, decides to generate a profile on you based on all of the information on the internet. The AI, within 30 minutes, generates an entire profile of who you are, where you live, phone numbers, previous phone numbers, your ex-husband's name, your kids who are estranged, you don't live with, and they're with someone else, and has all this information on you, and can now use this to stalk you. AI just did it because it was out there, public information. Now, this might have been something that would have taken years for someone to do, but AI does it in seconds because you can pay for it. And it's just, oh, I'll compile all that information for you right now, sir. Right? Just think about that. And the AI can then use all that data to find voice clips of your friends and family members, to call you from phone numbers, spoofing other people's numbers, to pretend like it's a friend and family member, to say, come meet me somewhere, it's an emergency, and that mother shows up somewhere, unbeknownst to her, and this crazy-ass fucking stalker is there, ready to kidnap and do horrible things to her because it's all a setup, the AI setup. Now, I know that's crazy. We're not at that point yet, you know what I'm saying? But at the rate we're going with this expansion, if you can steal anyone's name, if you can steal anyone's likeness, their voice, their information about them, impersonate them, steal their work, steal anything, compile it into a profile, compile it into a fake person, right? I mean, you talk about catfishing. Catfishing used to take work. Now catfishing could be instant, right?
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
This is wild to me. Like, I read the story about Scarlett Johansson. I'm like, so even without her permission, they were just easily able to just completely imitate her. And she had to have a legal presence to stop this. And by the way, it wasn't even like they admitted they did anything wrong. They just pulled it because they knew they did. They knew they didn't want to get sued, so they pulled the voice, and they're not going to use it again. But what's to stop AI from doing this kind of fucked up stuff? We need regulation. I'm not saying AI needs to be stopped. I'm not saying it's the devil, it's Skynet, it's taking over the world, or anything like that. But right now, we're seeing this stuff advance so fast. And this is just the beginning. All right? The beginning stages. This is going to get advanced worse and worse and worse.
The fun fact is that he relies on AI to fucking have some sort of chat summary. OP Boone uses ChatGPT to provide Phil Burnell his fucking summary descriptions and fucking chapters for his shitey on-demand content. But yeah, AI evil.
Until someone decides, wait a minute, this is technology advancing at a pace we need to regulate. We have to make sure that we don't have people maliciously using and doing these things, because it's going to hurt people legit, right? Anyway, that's my take. You can completely disagree, and it's okay if you disagree. But for me, I look at the situation and I'm like, that is terrifying. That they just think they can do whatever they want, right? They can literally think they can do whatever the hell they want, and there's no repercussions. So just because, you know, she was able to send you the cease and desist, right, doesn't mean everyone else can. At what point will we not be able to believe anything at all? Because all of it could just be faked, right? I don't know. I mean, it's pretty fucked up to think about. Is it not? Are you afraid? Most people probably aren't. Unless you're a public-facing person, correct? Who cares? But then you don't even understand. All it takes is one crazy nut job who has a stick up their ass about you, who doesn't like you, who then will then try to get you in trouble. Like people were actually saying in the chat, that story that I told you about. So it was an athletic director at a school who used AI to make the fake video of the principal of the school who they didn't like.
Parallelogram Yosef tipped £1. King Jad, is this why I see you in all the same sex adult films? They digitally used your image on there, or is this a way of hiding your past?
What the absolute fuck? Parallelogram Yosef. No. No, and furthermore, no. One, why you into, I mean, okay, if you like that kind of content, each to their own, that's entirely on you if you want to enjoy that sort of mature adult content, especially if it's, you know, but no, not guilty. I am innocent. Parallelogram Yusuf is a deep faked me somehow using my Scottishness. I don't know. Jesus Christ, man. You just stick to your pint of radiator fluid, you know what I mean? You've been, I think you're going a bit too sober right now. You need to drink up the radiator fluid because you're sobering up.
Right. For whatever reason,
Thanks for the tip though.
they felt maligned and mistreated by this principal. So they fabricated this video to try to get the principal fired looking like a racist when in reality it was all fake. Right? So there you go. I mean, this is the early stages. Chinese style, Asian fusion style restaurant. Okay. So anyway, interesting story. And with this whole AI thing developing, if and when I see
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Warren for a super chat. It says, I wonder if the AI will pay for Robo Jasper's oil tests. Phil doesn't understand how much he uses AI right now to fucking benefit himself and make him fucking money. He's got a fucking team of unpaid debt turns editing fucking throwback content, remastering it, redigitizing it, fucking just stealing other people's fucking content and cutscenes, you know, passing off as his fucking own shite. He's got OP Boon fucking creating chapters and not shit as well. Like, what the fuck? It's just fucking mental for me. And even Detox said it right before. Phil is happy to use deepfakes on his own alerts. It's perfectly fine for Phil to use it for his own monetary gain. Damien Anderson's asked, could you imagine ChatGPT stealing a video from Phil's stream and used it against him and forged his voice or saying yes, like he did Evil AJ? Possible. You never know.
Okay, so anyway, interesting story. And with this whole AI thing developing, if and when I see updates on this topic, I'm absolutely...
What the hell is he polishing or wiping? Did he receive the big tip? I have a feeling he received the big tip, which is why he's fucking preparing the gunner glasses for being clean. Because he spent the last like fucking minute fucking wiping something.
Absolutely going to be checking them out, and we'll be talking about them here on the show in news segments and the like. Okay, and I'm sure probably there'll be more React content and stuff on it as well, because this is life-changing, man. That is not what I wanted to click. This is life-changing right now at such a rapid pace, and you know, how's it going to affect us long-term? I guess we're going to find out. Okay, so folks, that's what I got for you. We're now going to get to shout-outs and interaction before we start with Hellblade 2 today. Now, all I'm going to say is the usual. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I think
Begment. Hooray for a Begment.
living here on the internet, I appreciate those who enjoy my content and support it, because...
Reminder again, he was paid today by YouTube. I don't know why he's not choosing to mention he got paid today by YouTube, but yes, today was his payday. He should not be concerned about trying to fucking fleece people for fucking money. He should be in a happy mood.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I think by living here on the internet, I appreciate those who enjoy my content and support it, because you guys are the reason why I'm able to still do this after 16 years and counting. I love my job. It's amazing. Today we're playing a brand new release in Hellblade 2. Whenever I play a new release, having a great day is always a key factor in the continued success of this channel. So, things such as liking today's stream, engaging with me in the stream, talking with me. If you're watching these videos on demand, engaging with the content, liking the videos if you like them, leaving comments. Let me know what you think about the big story about AI today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about that, or about these acquisitions that are currently happening, okay? But also, if you're watching this, supporting through other factors is key. Super chats, super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships for the community, and tips. They're all greatly appreciated, all right? Thank you in advance to anyone who supports my content. Particularly, as you know, I try to hit at least the tier 1 tips goal every stream that I do of $50. If I do that, I consider it a successful stream. It'd be great if we could hit that today, especially because it's a big game premiere, all right? See how it goes. But outside of that, thank you in advance just for cares? Enjoying my content. If you're someone who watches my content on demand exclusively, you don't attend the stream, you can still help out. If you become a member, that helps. If you get
Hey, Phil said help, have another bingo.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
This is a fucking hard fucking begment here. This is like a super in-depth, you know, beginner's guide to Phil begging hard here. Poor Killimp.
Parallelogram Yosef tipped £3. I saw that scarlet crap in the Google News this morning. Couldn't have rolled my eyes harder. I am not shocked he is on this, but I am shocked how he is being a drama-rich about it. I want to slap this clown so bad. I'll do it. You ain't got no balls to do it.
Parallelogram Yusuf. First of all, I'm an entire fucking ocean away. That's gonna be the longest goddamn fucking farmhand in the planet if I can reach him from here. I BRB getting flight to fucking Seattle just to fucking slap some little piggy upside the head. No, I'm not gonna fucking do that. No. Like, Jesus, though. Yeah, look, this is an interesting news story. And obviously, rightly so, you know, Scarlett Johansson challenged fucking OpenAI and said, hey, guys, what the fuck, is this me? Did you clone my fucking voice? And they didn't even challenge her, tried to fucking push back on the claim, and they fucking just said, okay, we'll change it. So they probably did something a bit, you know, a bit sneaky. But it's like, as a news story, like, what more? Like, Phil turned it into some sort of strange fucking thing where it's like some creepy stalker, you know, stalks a bank worker mother. You know, into some, I don't know. Phil's imagination ran wild. You know, it's just, which is strange. Phil usually lacks an imagination, so he fucking came out of that fucking story, fucking who knows where. But yeah. Fuck me, man. But cheers. Oh hell. But, yeah, thank you for the tip, yourself. I do appreciate it. If you see Phil in real life, the best way you can hurt Phil is not physically. The best way you can hurt him is just basically to fucking laugh at him, point, go, hey, you're the guy. You're the guy. Honestly, hurting Phil physically doesn't do a thing, really. You know what I mean? He's gonna be a fucking bitch anyway regardless. The worst thing you can do to hurt Phil Burnell if you see him in real life is just point and laugh and go, hey, you're the guy. You're the guy that masturbated on the internet. And just be loud about it. If you point and laugh at him in public, loudly fucking proclaiming, this is the guy that jerked off online in front of children. What the fuck could he do about that? He will fucking have his head down. He won't know where to fucking look. He won't know where to fucking go. Smacking a bitch is one thing, but humiliating him in fucking public, around society, that's another thing altogether.
My content on demand exclusively. You don't attend the stream. You can still help out. If you become a member, that helps. If you get YouTube Premium and you watch everything YouTube Premium, I get actual revenue from that. Okay? Or perhaps a super thanks on a video on demand. That helps after the fact. Or look at the description of any video, you'll find a tips link where you can send a tip directly. That helps too. All right? So thank you guys all in advance. I appreciate that. I'm hoping for a good day here today with the new release. Obviously, that helps a ton to have a new release be a successful day, right? Okay. So now, starting off with that, on the YouTube side of things, we've got nothing, right? We got no contributions whatsoever. No memberships, no super chats, nothing.
Hilarious.
So let's get the tips, okay? So first of all, overnight there was a $1 tip from someone called Phil's Biggest Fan. It says, let's see here. I'm a longtime viewer of yours. I aspire to be like you in my day-to-day life because you're a hard worker and consistency shows in the effort that you put into your streams. So thank you to Phil's Biggest Fan for a $1 tip. I appreciate that.
Are you not going to expand on the nice things he said? Look, there's one thing I think a lot of us can agree on. Phil is, for the most part, consistent. Consistently shite, but still, they are consistent with being regularly doing the things they're saying they're going to be doing. You know, he is usually on the streams at about the same time, roughly 6 days a week. You know what I mean? He's persistent. He's like a stubborn fucking cockroach that you just can't get rid of. It just fucking keeps coming back.
That is quite the claim, though. I don't know if you actually officially are my biggest fan. Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake, imagine trying to challenge someone after they said something nice about you. I don't believe you. Give me $1,000 more and I might start believing you.
Okay, I don't know. But I appreciate the $1 tip and the nice kind words. Thank you for that. Let's see here. It loads. Hot single mom hit the $1 and said, well, now you got me worried, Phil. Well, you should be. You should be terrified. You don't even have to be hot. You should be terrified.
In fact, Phil's going to be more scared of you if you're hot.
AI is coming for you. You don't know what's going on. You open your front door right
Well, Phil's certainly not going to come for you. He's too fucking scared to.
now. An OpenAI could be at your front door. What's that noise? Did you just hear that noise in the house? It could be OpenAI. You better go check it out. Jade, I see ya. I hope you feel all right. You said you feel okay today. You're just gonna chat. That's fine. Okay. I received a $5 tip from OpenAI. No, I'm just kidding. I received a $5 tip. Someone says, "Do you think you check out Animal Well? It's on Switch and PS5." If you want me to check out Animal Well, I already did. It's just that you probably don't watch my react show, which is a shame. You should. All right. If you want to know my take on Animal Well, check out my react show from Sunday. Someone submitted the big 8-minute video. All right, that Video Game Donkey put out about it. Because by the way, the game is produced by Video Game Donkey, and he's heavily promoting it because he wants people to get it. But I give my opinions on it. Do you want my opinions in a nutshell? Okay. The game looks fine. It's an indie-style Metroidvania game with pixel graphics. Okay. It's got a bunch of animals in it. That's literally the best description of Animal Well. It's an indie-style pixel graphic Metroidvania game with animals in it. Okay. As I watch and continue to watch the 8-minute clip of it, I was like, it'll appeal to a certain audience, but it's certainly nothing new. There's a ton of games like this that come out a year. Are there puzzles in it? Yes. I've also seen indie games like that have puzzles in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at it. You want to know the notable thing about it? It was made by one person. And he's in the video, and the guy's kind of funny, too. He's got lines being fed by Donkey, and he's being funny about it. I was like, here's a guy with a lot of talent. I applaud that person for making the game by themselves. That's got to be an insane undertaking, right? Like, so much work, dedication. He even did some voice work for it. Even though the game only has like 3 voice lines, he did some voice work for it, all that, right? So good for him. But I was like, this is not something that I'm going to even be... Like, for me, do I like Metroidvania games? Yes, I do. I played a lot of them, you know. Particularly the last one I played was Metroid Dread. That game was outstanding. I loved it, right? But I'm looking at this game and I'm like, it's not visually appealing to me. And I like pixel graphic games, but I was like, at this point, you've seen a million of these already. And I was kind of like, it just didn't appeal. And again, I don't want to crap on the game. It's not that the game looked bad. It doesn't look like it ran bad. It wasn't that the ideas weren't sound. They are. But for me, I'm just watching. I'm like, it's stuff I've seen already. It doesn't seem like anything I would really be appealed to play. You know? And I made an interesting point, okay?
Parallelogram Yosef tipped £1. He has lost his mind. The way he praised himself for the Street Fighter. His brain really has no accountability. He took that hard worker seriously. Record myself slapping him, and his land whale pet. Jasper's cool though, he can live with the Mexicans.
Oh, thank you very much to Parallelogram Yusuf for the tip. And yeah, I mean, he has indeed lost his mind. Look at what he just said right there at the end there before I paused it. He's praising himself for an interesting point he apparently made. It's like, the fact that he called the point he made interesting. Like, Phil, that's you reviewing your own point. And praising your own point. Because you have no one else to fucking date for you because you're a fucking hermit. I made an interesting point. You could just say I made a point on this thing about this. But no, Phil had to try and elevate the thing that he said about it and claim it to be interesting. That's the ego on this fucking idiot. So, it's fucking crazy. But speaking of crazy, Phil living with the Mexicans, I can't see that happening. But you're right, Jasper's damn cool. I do hope we get to see Jasper today shoot down Phil Burnell twice in the sky. That'd be a great thing today. Hint, hint.
As I just said, a bunch of games like this come out every year. Why are people talking about Animal Well? Because it's produced and promoted by Video Game Donkey. If it wasn't, you never would have heard of Animal Well. It would have just been another one of another dozen or so games that come out a year that are very samey, that get swept under the rug because they're all the same. But in this case, this one's the one from Video Game Donkey. So
that's kind of like saying that the people only are aware of fucking, you know, a certain, it's Call of Duty or Street Fighter. People only know about fucking Street Fighter 6 because of fucking Capcom. If Capcom didn't make Street Fighter 6, nobody fucking would have heard of it.
People are playing it and saying, "Oh, it's so good." Well, you probably would never played it or anything. You know what I'm saying? If Donkey didn't produce it, So to me, I watch it, I'm like, nah, not really appealing. I know this guy can get in this genre. If I wanted to play a game in this genre, I would probably play a more better known, higher regarded game that people have asked me to play. There's so many of these games over the years that people say, "Would you play this one? Would you play this one?" I'm like, nah, they're the indie games that we have access to them. By the time they come out on console, it's all late. It's like no point in playing it then, right? So in this case, I'm like, it doesn't really appeal. I don't want to crap on the guy. This guy must have busted his ass to be a one-man game dev team. You know what I mean? He probably worked on this game for many years. But for me, it's just like, I'm watching, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, it's so good. It's so, highly rated by critics." I'm watching, I'm like, what is highly rated? It's the same game you've seen a million times already. I just don't understand what's unique about it. It's a Metroidvania with animals. Oh, animals. Got it. Anyway, so that's my take. Again, I don't want to crap on the game or the guy. It's not something for me, I don't think. Okay? Abu has re-upped their membership for 3 months. It says AI has gotten me nervous. I don't know what's real anymore. It's true. Like right now, you might actually be on my stream, you know, and we're talking right now. We're having a good time. You see that? You see that chat in front of you? That might not be a real chat. That might be an AI generated simulated chat. It might not be the real people. Did you think about that? The AI generated profiles of behavior, and then is regurgitating that simulated behavior into the chat. So you think you're talking with a bunch of humans, but it's all AI right now. Did you ever think about that?
Nope.
I gotta fess up with you guys. All right? I have been a synth for the last 7 years. You notice when I changed my content, I became a full-time streamer and everything changed? I'm a synth. Yeah, I replaced the real Phil 7 years ago. In fact, let me remove my face and show you my robot likeness here. Anyway. But I mean, what's to stop that from happening if AI goes rampant, right? Anyway, let's continue.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
You and your friends. Let's continue. I got a $6.09 tip. Let's see here. This person says, Phil, I want to send a small tip. Work has been rough today, but I passed the inspection. Well, there you go. I don't know what kind of an inspection you're speaking of, but I'm glad to hear that you passed it regardless. You're being inspected for something. You want to pass it, correct? You don't want to fail it. So thank you for a $6.09 tip. I don't know the significance of, wow. Perhaps that's a currency, you know, change thing there. But thank you so much. You're the top tipper of the day, and congrats on passing. Very good. Excuse me. And by the way, I apologize. That was really disgusting. I didn't mean to burp like that. It came out of nowhere. If you want me to shout out a tip, you must put your name in the body of the tip. It's the only way I know who it's from. That was what 2-3 tips with no name. So FYI, please put your name in the body of the tip so I know who to address. If you want, you can be anonymous. That's perfectly fine. That's your prerogative. Okay. All right. Continuing on. I received a $6 tip from Josh Grobin.
We have a free space thanks to Phil getting over $15+ in tips.
Burger.
5 in a row. That's
Wait,
concerning.
what do I mean with a free space? Not a free space. We have a bingo. So we have a bingo because Phil getting $15+ in tips. So let's see how things stand. We are 7 away from a full house, but hopefully Phil does a whole lot of these very soon for us to help us on our way to a full house. There we go. No free spaces yet.
Thank you, Josh Grobin. It's good to have you here today. I appreciate that you're a fan of my content. I didn't know, but now that I know, I'm very excited for the future.
Who fucking cares?
Excited for Josh Grobin to be watching, supporting your content.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much to Fats12 for the super chat who says this Phil's chat is proof of dead internet theory. To be fair, I have never heard that theory. I have never heard of dead internet theory, but I'm definitely going to be searching it once I'm done with bingo. I'm kind of curious to see and learn more about what the fuck that is.
Josh Grobin says, would you buy a Tesla bot when it comes out? Think positive. I imagine it'll do all the work in your household, taking out the trash, washing dishes, doing the laundry, vacuuming the floor.
Isn't that what Cat's job is primarily, and that's why fucking Phil got it in the first place? I thought that was essentially the role that fucking Cat took to cook and clean up Phil's mess because he's such a fucking messy little boy. And he needs a fucking mama figure to fucking clean up and cook for him and fucking make sure he gets tucked in at night into his fucking bed.
Oh yeah, I really trust anything from under the guise of Elon Musk. I mean, everything that he puts out is so well tested, you know, with absolutely no flaws, shortcomings in design, or problems of any kind. I would absolutely do. In fact, what I would be sure to do is to arm that Tesla bot with many knives and guns to protect my house from home invasions, right? There's no way anything could possibly go wrong with that Tesla bot. Yesterday was a really slow day. Shut be sure there's no way to shut it off. So there's no failsafe if something goes wrong. Turn it off. Because there's no way anything would ever go wrong with it, right? Exactly. I received a $2 tip.
Holy shit, man, the tips are overflowing for Phil today. So many tips.
From Nuzzy Futz. He says, how do you like your mini PC? I was thinking about buying one. I've heard horror stories about reliability. I have literally barely used it. If you remember when I got the mini PC last year, the first thing we did with it is we set up Chrono Trigger. And I did a retro playthrough of Chrono Trigger on it, the Steam version, and it ran beautifully for that. I think it crashed, like the game crashed once or something like that. I think it might have blue screened once, but you know, that's par for the course for using PCs in general. So I think I had like one time there was an error, but outside of that, I was about a month I was using it for the Chrono Trigger playthrough, and we didn't really have any issues. After that, we didn't really use it again until the Christmas event. Which is Marathon, we played a couple of games on it, if you remember. And it seemed to run the games fine. Outside of that, we've used it for nothing. One of my original ideas was to play Fightcade, which is the online emulation suite, to play retro games over the internet against other people for posterity purposes. And then I found out, oh yeah, you can easily just resolve someone's IP using Fightcade. Because it's like direct connection. There's no like central server just connecting to another person directly. So because of that, they could easily use it. There's no protections. Anyone could just run like a third-party background software and find out your IP address.
So Prophet will be going mad right now if he's hearing this, because that is true of any fucking game you play, whether it's on PC or console. Anyone can access your IP address if you're playing a fucking peer-to-peer game, whether it's PC or console. There are ways to fucking get that information. Unless you use a fucking VPN while fucking playing, then yeah, that information is not secure and people can't get their hands on it, whether it's on a console or PC. But Phil Burnell doesn't want to fucking accept that reality. He just wants to fucking assume, oh, Fightcade is nasty and mean. And I'm not safe. Phil thinks he's safe because he's playing on console essentially. Fucking Street Fighter. What the fuck? Guys, we have 100 likes and we have our first free space of the game. Thank you very much for liking the stream. Now I do get a free space for the bingo card where you guys also get to enjoy the balls animation made by the supremely talented Pixar animations. Remember, keep an eye on the bottom right to watch the adorable little Jasper do his thing. Don't forget, Jasper's cool. Fuck him the fuck up, Jasper. Good cat. That faceplant never gets old.
So you know that's the first thing that would happen if I used it, so I never used Fightcade. So, you know, I'm kind of stuck there. So the ideas that we had for using it kind of went, but now with this Indies event that's going to happen on Saturday, it looks like I'll be using it all day for a whole day and we'll test it out, right? I guess we'll see firsthand. Let's hope for the best. Hope it doesn't crap out. Okay. I received another $2 tip from Dan the Man. Thank you to Dan the Man for a $2 tip. I appreciate that. Good to see you, Dan the Man. I received a $12.18 tip. Another weird amount from Lawo. He says,
you know what? I'm going to count that. I'm going to count that as a whale tip. It's the biggest tip of the day so far. It's double digits.
Direction was for cleanliness of my store. I decided to send more support. Thank you, Lawo. So now I know it was from you earlier. Thank you so very much, Lawo. That is the biggest tip of the day. Now we can actually get a legit name up on the leaderboard. Again, I'm going to assume that the amounts are weird because there's probably a currency exchange there, right? You don't have to say anything. I'm just guessing. I don't want you to put information out there about yourself or anything. But thank you, Lawo, for the tip. Okay.
God doesn't care where you come from as long as you give him money.
All right. Do we have any further topics of discussion?
Nope.
Anything? We have nothing on the YouTube side today, by the way, just for clarification. No super chats, no memberships. That's why I haven't shouted anything out besides Abu's re-upping. Today will be a great day for that. In fact, hold on a second here. How about this? You ready for this?
He's going to give 5 members. Is it a part where he gives 5 members? The benevolence. Free.
I just dropped a 5-member bomb on the community. Congratulations to Miggy Martz, Mr. Slothington, Glimmer, Bill Williams, and Gameboy84. Congrats to all of you. You have just received a gifted membership. I have 10 of those to give out a month. I figured I'd give out some today and probably some tomorrow for the Street Fighter stream, right? So congrats to everyone who just got a gifted membership. I hope you enjoy it. Happy new release day, right? Although, I'll be honest, am I expecting big numbers or anything for Hellblade 2? No, I'm not. I don't think that we're going to get anything big today. I think we'll get a decent crowd. And I hope that you guys, again, those who are ready to chill with me and enjoy the game for its cinematic qualities and story, that's what this game shines at. This is not a game that's riveting in the gameplay department or anything like that, but it's good variety. It's going to be something interesting to mix stuff up here, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it with me. Please stick around after the show ends, because I would love to enjoy a different kind of game with all of you, okay? Cool. Did I play The Messenger? No, I did not. Lucas says it's a good Metroidvania-style game. I skipped most Metroidvania games in the last 10 years, no lie. I really like Metroidvanias, but every time I try to play one, they usually don't go very well. So the last time people convinced me to play one was Metroid Dread, and I was like, no, I'm not going to play it because Metroidvanias never work. And people were like, no, we promise you, if you play Metroid Dread, it'll work. Well, in general, all right, we got a decent audience. I didn't get a big audience for it. I got a decent audience for it, but there were some people who really were nice, and essentially they wanted to help, so they supported those streams. So it made it viable. But most times when I play Metroidvania games, they don't get much attendance. I don't know why. Maybe they're one of those games that are more fun to play than watch, perhaps? Game Boy, I'm very glad. Just how's it hanging? Stoked about that gifted membership. I'm glad you received it, Game Boy. Will I ever replay Max Payne 3 again? It's backwards compatible, says Gary. I don't know. I hated it when it came out as a new release, but man, it was just a buggy mess at launch. But maybe I would like it more today. I don't know.
Who fucking cares?
Listen, says, did Tunic get nominated for all of the marathon? It's a game you would love for sure. Nope. No, it did not. Or at least, if it did get nominated, it was only like a single nomination. It didn't make it to the voting phase at all. Nope. Fun fact, Sea of Stars is actually a prequel to The Messenger. Certain characters in Sea of Stars are in fact in The Messenger. Oh, I did not know that.
Sea of Stars is one of the unfinished playthroughs that Phil has on the back burner. He never returned to that so far.
Vader, I don't know what you're talking about. He says, you're selling the game short. It's actually pretty good. What game? What are you talking about? Messenger? Will I ever forgive stuttering?
Yeah, this is Q&A. Yeah, he's finished the contribution, so this is definitely Q&A.
Burger.
Craig and do a collab in the future. Well, first of all, I never...
Oh, side scores reference. Side scores.
Will I ever forgive stuttering Craig and do a collab in the future? Well, first of all, I never did a collab with Stuttering Craig. Did an interview with Stuttering Craig, which originally wasn't supposed to be an interview. It was supposed to be me appearing on their show. And then they turned it into an interview as a qualification for me to appear on their show as a regular guest. Then after the interview, they canceled the offer to be on their show as a regular guest.
No, you were always welcomed back, apparently. You're the one that chose not to go back, Phil. You literally said you weren't going to go back because you're upset at them because they had their own little fucking decompression session. Phil Burnell, after the interview, had his own stream to talk about the fucking interview. And when the side scrollers done that the following day themselves, he was pissed off that they actually fucking had their own decompression session. Phil Burnell had an opinion and had the mentality that people interviewing him were not allowed to have an opinion on the answers that Phil gave them. It was perfectly fine for Phil to have his own opinions and share those with his own audience because he was the one getting fucking interviewed. But he did not want side scrollers to fucking give their own personal opinions and takes with their own audience. Even though that was never agreed beforehand. Phil just saw, you know, like, yeah, the side scrollers are meant to do some sort of fucking Mario Party game that day or some pish, or Mario Kart game. Instead, they fucking just had the whole Friday fucking session going through all the super chats that fucking came through that they had no time to go through during the interview. And it popped off, and Phil's like, oh, they're just shitting all over me, they're fucking being mean to me and all that shit. Fuck off. So on you go, Phil. Keep fucking coping harder. Keep deluding yourself more with those delusions of grandeur.
It was a bait and switch for personal gain, which I didn't know at the time. After that, Craig proceeded for months to make negative content about me to milk my hater base who were so dumb they kept throwing money at him.
I mean, to be fair, that's not entirely, you know, wrong. Craig did fucking keep going back to that well to fucking hashtag fucking what was the dumbass fucking thing he called it, you know? I can't remember what it was, but Craig did fucking go to the well way too many fucking times with that shit, you know? And it got to the point where I was like, you know, once or twice maybe. You know what I mean? Fucking fair enough, but you fucking done it like fucking 6, 7, 8 times or something. She's like, calm the fuck down. Ran it the fucking monetize the hate, monetize the haters. I don't know. Well, I gave side scrollers a fucking props they're due, you know what I mean? They fucking had an amazing interview. I didn't expect it to go as fucking as well as it fucking did essentially. They knocked it at the park. But starting Craig let down a lot of people in my opinion afterwards with how he conducted himself. And a lot of people got turned off side scrollers partially because of that. So yeah, Craig done it to himself essentially. Craig had a chance to fucking not be cringe and he became cringe. That's my take anyway.
At this point, finally that dried up and he stopped doing it, right? But why on earth would I want to be doing anything with that man? When someone in life mistreats you, do you then go back to them repeatedly over and over and over and over for things?
Your fans do.
Why would you want to do anything, associate or anything with that person? Like, what are you talking about? In addition, that show, right, went in a way that isn't even what it was. It was supposed to be, when it rebooted last year, a show about pop culture and gaming. That's why it was called Side Scrollers. Now, the show essentially is a show chasing political topics and clout and things like that to get notoriety so that they can get views and money. It has nothing to do with its original core design anymore. So why on earth would I want to be associated with that, right? Again, the whole idea a year ago was it was a rebooting of a really cool podcast from over 15 years prior that was all about games, right? Kat is replaying Fallout 3 right now, and she's enjoying it a lot because she's going back and doing a lot of the missions she missed in her first run. Lavo says, if someone is awful to you and keeps doing it, don't let them use you like that again. Exactly. You know, sadly, there's just people out there that don't learn that lesson, or they feel like the only way they can be pertinent is to keep getting abused, which is really fucked up when you think about it. And I know people like that. I know people who like, well, I don't understand why that person will continue to be abused on the internet and do this and that. It's because sadly, those people feel like that's an endless cycle they're stuck in, and they have absolutely no way to get any notoriety or make a living without it.
You're literally describing your fucking fans who have become so invested in you, whether emotionally or financially, that no matter what you fucking do to them and say to them and end up fucking acting out towards them, they feel compelled to not fucking abandon you. Like, it usually takes something quite extreme from you for them to break the fucking prognosis. But yeah, Phil, you are usually the fucking one that... It's like, what was it? It's like fucking, was it Stockholm Syndrome or some pish? Like battered wife syndrome or something this fucking audience have. They just fucking love the abuse they get from Phil or some pish. And they just think Phil will change. If I wait out long enough, Phil will reward me for my loyalty, for staying true. He said something mean, but I know he didn't mean it because he's just fucking upset because of the game or something. Nah. He's upset because you fucking stopped giving him so much fucking money. Give him money to fucking make him feel better.
Luckily for me, that's not the case, right? Luckily for me, I have a viewer base that likes who I am and what I do. Positivity in the content, not negativity, toxicity, drama. Instead, good stuff. And I'm happy for that. I'm grateful for that. Thank you for that. For allowing me to be who I am and make the content that I make and not have to go down that toxic toilet of YouTube infamy. Okay? I'm happy for that. So I mean, yeah, if I was desperate and the only way I could get views and attention on the internet would be to be on someone's show and some drama purpose, then yeah, then probably I would go to Stuttering Craig and say, hey, can I be on the show again? Let's just do it all again, right? I'm sure he'd say, sure, because man, that would blow us up again, right? But been there, done that. That's not the kind of person I am, As I said, I feel like in the last year, I've now done a good job of staying away from all of that nonsensical drama, right? After I kind of learned my lesson, I said, let's not do that. Let's stay the hell away from all that crap for the good of my own sanity and the community. You
were going to do some sort of fucking documentary with fucking, what was that fucker's name? Mike or something? So, was it Mike? Remember at the start of the year? What's that prick's name that fucking did something on Boogie or whatever, and he was going to do something on Phil? Was it Mike Clum? That's his name, Mike fucking Clum. Phil was like literally very close to doing some sort of documentary with Mike Clum. And then like eventually Phil backed out of it for whatever reasons unknown, maybe fucking shat himself or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, he's learned his lesson and he fucking altered a documentary, and I think his audience fucking begged him, don't do it. His audience was like, please Phil, don't do it, it's such a dumb idea, what the fuck are you thinking and all that shit. Who else was it? Wasn't there somebody that gave Phil some money and told Phil to contact someone by email about being on a show? Who was that? Shit, there's something else as well. That was also this year. Like a random whale of someone else's went to Phil's stream, wailed out on Phil, said to Phil, by the way, so and so wants to fucking talk to you. Was it Mutahar? Was it actually Mutahar? Fuck me, man. Or was it J Hoofed? It was J Hoofed, that's what it was. J fucking Hoofed, that's what it was. I remember it in J Hoofed. But yeah, it's like, he has not learned his lesson. He really hasn't.
Oh my dog, what's up?
He wants to fucking pretend he has learned his lesson. He's not. Because he almost fucking ended up doing something with J-Hoof as well. Before J-Hoof fucking made fun of Phil on Twitter. And so Phil's like, oh, I'm not doing it anymore. Thank you to Kel Denson for the super chat, who says Phil literally complains about woke stuff too. He complains just for the sake of fucking complaining. If he can complain about something just to fucking have content for his shitey fucking podcast, he will. The fucking OpenAI thing, ChatGPT, Scarlett Johansson thing, nothing to do with gaming news whatsoever. He still had it as one of his fucking main news sections.
The community to come here and feel like they can have fun and they can enjoy and hang out and have a good time together, correct? So as a community, I'm trying to do the best thing. I don't want to make drama for you guys or make problems for you guys, right? And I'm happy for that, So there you go. Ooh, excuse me. By the way, for the record, and I'm not shitting you here, I don't know if it was legit or not because I paid no attention to it. I just saw it, read it fast, laughed, and said, fuck this, and deleted it. I got an email supposedly from Stuttering Craig like 2 months ago. I'm shitting you not. He says, hey, you want to come on the show again? It's our anniversary show now. And I know that you don't like us or anything, but just to have you on for like a second, that would be really cool. I couldn't believe it. So I don't know if it was legit or not. I'm thinking maybe it might have been a spoof. Someone like faking Stuttering Craig. I can't imagine that guy would actually be that dumb to write me that email. I mean, maybe he is, but I don't know, But I don't know if it was real or not. That's the problem with the internet. Again, and we're not even talking AI. All the time, people try to do that shit. They try to impersonate others. There actually was something really messed up that did happen last year. I didn't talk about this publicly. I'll just mention it briefly here. Someone did actually try to impersonate the side scrollers after our interview to make them look really, really bad. And I luckily recognized that it was fake, and I let them know that someone was trying to impersonate them.
By the way, Phil did talk about this before. This is not new news or whatever. Phil did talk about this before.
I basically did them a solid. I didn't have to do because they had treated me so badly. But at that point, like, I got to do what's better. Like, you got to be the bigger person in these situations. So what someone had done, they'd gotten wind of what their email address was for the show, and they were sending out fake emails to people involved with the show that were really messed up. Like the one they sent to me was like, so you're going to come back on our show now, whether you like it or not, because if you don't, then we're going to work with others to make drama content, and we're going to try to harass your family members and shit like that. I'm not kidding you. Like, I got an email that was like really threatening. And I was like, wow. Like, I can't imagine the audacity. Now they're really revealing themselves of who they really are. And then I thought to myself, I don't think this is real because how on earth would that happen? Right? Like, they would basically be putting themselves out there legally, because that's like extortion or blackmail. So basically, you're gonna come back on our show for us to rip you a new asshole a second time, and if you don't, we're gonna do all these awful things to you and your family members. Essentially what the email said. And I was like, they couldn't do that. Like, they could actually legally get in trouble for that. They sent an email out like that. So I looked into it and I found out, guess what? It was someone spoofing their email address. And I sent that to them, and they were like, thanks for telling us, because that's really messed up, and we wouldn't do that, we wouldn't do that to you or anything like that, which I didn't think they would, right? But that's what I mean.
What do you mean you didn't think they would? Your initial impression was they did. You know, eventually, going by your own story, Phil, going by your own narrative, your initial impression was those evil motherfuckers. Your initial impression was not thinking, oh, this is strange. It was, oh my god, I can't believe the audacity of these bitches. So you never mind fucking pretending that you didn't think they would. You claim you did think. Ah, fuck me, man.
People do this kind of shit all the time. They try to impersonate others to try to cause drama. It's fucked up what people try to instigate. You know what I mean? All right. Anyway, I think it's time to end the show. Thank you guys for a chill podcast. I appreciate that. And I hope you'll stick around for the game. Really, I do. I hope that you'll stick around for the game. I feel like this is going to be a fun day of a new release.
Who fucking cares?
We shoot the game down immediately because it's shorter, because it doesn't have insane riveting gameplay. You know, I feel like as a narrative game with great visuals, it could be really cool. And I want to give it that chance, just like the first game. I felt like it was a really good game because of that. So I hope that you guys will stick around for it, okay? But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Tomorrow, obviously, I'm going to be giving you guys the full skinny on what I thought about the game. Also, I'm curious if Capcom is ever going to release patch notes for the Street Fighter 6 update tomorrow, because they still haven't. Can you believe it's less than 24 hours? And if you can believe it, they haven't said that what the changes are yet. So I'm hoping maybe tomorrow on the show that will be released and we can sit down and discuss it before I jump into the gameplay, or else it's going to kind of be flubbing about trying to figure it out for ourselves, you know? But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with the Hellblade rundown. Thanks, guys. See you later. All right. Let's get set up, everyone. And good news is I don't have to take any kind of an extended break before we start with gameplay. I'm actually just going to, take a quick leak or whatever once we get everything set up here. So let me just get the console on. Go. Get the webcam the right size. There we go. Center, it looks good. I don't know if this is going to be where the webcam goes for the playthrough because I don't know anything about the heads-up display yet. Dark Viking says, all I heard so far is the game is super realistic looking. Yeah, that's what everyone's praising the graphics, saying, again, like the first game, the game looks superb, especially for a console game. Like, it just looks so ridiculously good. As for the narrative, people are saying the narrative is fun. Gameplay is kind of like, well, it's there. There's some combat, there's some puzzles, but that's not really the focus of the game. It's supposed to be like a cinematic ride, right? So I guess we'll see. Okay, well, all right, let's quickly take a break. I'm only going to be gone for a few minutes. I just got to use the restroom. All right, and then we're going to begin with Senua Saga. All right, guys, and again, thanks for sticking around. This is a big premiere stream. Please promote the stream. Well, let people know about it. Please check it out. Please, if you could like the stream, engage with me during the stream, support the stream in other ways, right?
Hey guys, Phil's playing a crappy new game. Oh no, I feels mean to say crappy new game. A crappy streamer called Phil Burnell is playing a new game. Now you guys know.
Game Boy, no, the reason I have Tubi is because a few months ago, someone wanted me to do a private react to an anime movie, and the only way that I could watch it was on Tubi. It wasn't anywhere else. So I got it on Tubi and watched it on there and did a private react video for somebody. That's why I actually haven't used it otherwise. So, okay. All right, let's get ready here. I'm just gonna, because I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'm just gonna do this. And I'll be back in just a few, and we'll begin. Thank you guys, I'll be right back.
I'm gonna count this as him stand up. I don't usually, but fuck it, he's a prick.
Burger. 5 in a row. That's concerning.
And we can fast forward as well, of course, when he gets fucking back from his little potty break, or WWE Champions break. Here we go. He returns here.
Oh my dog! What's up?
Thank you very much, ES, for the super chat. Who says, it's WWE Champions time. I love it. I love it. Indeed. Fun fact, Phil spent about $18,000 so far on WWE Champions so far in the year of 2024. Yeah, I included it in my YouTube thingy at the top here. About $18,000 so far at a minimum has been spent by Phil Burnell on WWE Champions in the year 2024. So there we go. Hold on, let's get back to the bingo. And Phil should be back any second here, I'm pretty sure. Sue Blanton's asking, do you change the bingo card every time? We randomise it every time. Before we begin the show, I asked somebody in chat for a random number, and we randomise a bingo card based on that random number. There's over 100 different possible options for this card. But I think it was possible. The last time I counted, I believe it was 118 different possible things that could go on the square. So, and it randomizes. So yeah, every time we randomize a card.
Alrighty guys, we're gonna get started. Now, I got a suggestion in the suggestion box the other day. When I start a part 1 of any playthrough, I should do kind of a little bit of an introduction for those who may be checking out my channel as a result of that playthrough. So I'm probably going to do that. I'll probably do like...
But the suggestion was do a very quick, brief 30-second fucking intro to your fucking channel. If this is longer than 30 fucking seconds, I am fucking counting a free space.
A little bit of an intro here.
I mean, if Phil's going to start recording, but if his intro here, if this intro burp he's going to have is longer than 30 seconds, free space, although it doesn't really matter because I'm a bit fucking loose anyway.
Where I'll start recording and I'll be like, hey everyone, you know, welcome to DSP Gaming for another fun playthrough. This is Hellblade 2. I'll talk a little bit about the game and I'll say, hey, you know, if you like this content, please consider subscribing to the channel, supporting it, yada, yada, yada. And that might be weird to some of you because you'll be like, we're already here, we're already subscribed. I don't know what you're talking about, right? But understand that that's for newcomers who may patch this as like a new playthrough on my channel, okay? I should basically, I mean, it's a great suggestion. I should be doing that, you know, every time that I do something new, or at least start a new playthrough, because I'm not starting a new playthrough every day, right? So it wouldn't be something that would happen all the time, correct? Jasper, what you doing? Why are you on me? How am I supposed to play the game with you on me?
Shut up, bitch!
I don't think he cares. I don't care. Look at him. I don't care if you can play the game or not. Look at him.
Anybody care what this guy thinks?
No!
You're so needy today. You're a needy kitty, right? Very needy boy. Good lord. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to get him off me so we can begin. Jasper has a hidden agenda. What's that? What's your hidden agenda, Jasper? What are you trying to pull here?
How do I mute him? How
Let him stay on my
this
laptop.
kid? Now what happened? Where am I?
How would I play a video game? Where would my arms and controller go? Exactly. All right. I will say this because we're about to start. Guys, if you can support the stream today, please do. It would be great to have a good first day of gameplay of this game. Right now, we're already off to a good start with 0 gameplay. Where we are right now, and tips is good, but anything is appreciated. Super chats, memberships, and tips. I'm at least trying to hit the tier 1 tips goal. If we could exceed the tier 1 tips goal, would be great. That would help a lot. Keep in mind, I am playing this again tonight as well. To continue on and get as far as I can on this first day, okay? People person, we already talked about the System Shock remake. It's a possibility. It's not on my schedule right now. Something that I could possibly do over the next several weeks. We'll see. We'll see how time permits, okay? All right, let's get set up here. All right, you ready? All right, here we go. Let's get to the title screen, and then I'll do my little intro. Oh, that's right, another Game Pass game. Great, I'm getting a lot of game points. Cool. Jasper, could you stop booping? All right, so I can actually do my intro now, right? Jasper. Jasper, can you stop booping fire? I'm gonna play the game. Stop attacking the wire. That's it. Jasper, stop. Don't attack the wires. And don't attack the water bottle either. Stop this right now.
Look up, Jasper.
Stop it right now.
Destroy.
I need to play the game. I'm glad I didn't start recording because he's trying to be
everything.
intrusive right now.
Destroy it all, Jasper.
Jasper, stop it now. I'm gonna play the game.
Burn it in holy hellfire, Jasper.
Leave it alone. Okay, ready? Let's begin, everybody.
Bear in mind, I'm going to time this just for the sake of fucking free space. So, let's see how long this fucking is.
Hello, everyone. Phil here. Welcome to DSP Gaming, and welcome to my playthrough of Hellblade 2, also known as Senua's Saga. This is the sequel to the 2017 outing from Ninja Theory. That game blew me away. You know, back then playing on Xbox One, I thought it had like best-in-class graphics, some interesting gameplay elements, although it was mostly a narrative-based game. And the one major thing I remember is just it looked amazing. And by the end of the game, I had absolutely no idea what had actually happened, right? But at the same time, it was very entertaining. Okay, so today is the release day of Hellblade 2. I'm playing it here on my Xbox Series X. What am I expecting? Well, I'm hoping for best-in-class graphics and also some interesting sound, as you can see. This screen just pops up as you boot the game.
So I'm at 1.5 speed, and that's been 30 seconds, and Phil hasn't done his intro yet. Phil, the suggestion box told you to fucking keep to 30 fucking seconds. Brief fucking intro to your fucking channel. Play the fucking new game. That's it. Even so I was playing Phil at 1.5 and I was counting in real seconds, real time. And he was still fucking past 30 real seconds at 1.5 speed. Which is longer than 30 seconds. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, we're done. Okay, so free spaces we had, what, 2? I think so. You know.
Burger.
There we go.
5 in a row. That's concerning.
So guys, we didn't get the full house today. We were 3 away from a full house, sadly. It was not to be. It is what it is. Nothing we can do. And all that jazz. Let's go to Phil's live stream and see how he's doing. He has not earned a single dollar since starting gameplay. Go it. Fucked. Otters. It looks like, yeah, it looks like, so it's a rainy day in Vancouver, it looks like, the Vancouver Aquarium, because it looks like a bit of rain has fallen on the camera. There's a fucking weird blur here, so I can only imagine a bit of rain fell on the camera lens, which means otters are going to look a bit strange if they go in that part of the camera. I think if we find out right now this otter right here, it goes all fucking blurry mode, it's all bizarre. But guys, thank you very much for joining me for the bingo today. Sorry we couldn't get a full house, it is what it is. We got full houses 2 days in a row, but we couldn't complete the hat trick, we couldn't get fucking 3 in a row. But hey, as the old saying goes, there is always tomorrow. But guys, thank you very much for joining me for some bingo antics. Thank you very much for the super chats and the tips and everything, and also the memberships as well. You guys are very kind and generous indeed. We will try again tomorrow to get a full house, but until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, whatever it is you end up doing. And yeah, I'm going to end how it always ends by playing the Tories PIG contributions made by the supremely talented Pixar Animations. But until then, guys, have a good one, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower? When you're showered in money. When you go outside and all of a sudden greenbacks start falling from the sky and you raise your face up, you're like, oh, you start dancing, you go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Free.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone, just gone like that.